Hi there, my name is FixFox, and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 2. Folks, I'm very excited to bring to you today what I think is going to be an absolute struggle. I have gotten some wonderful comments recently on some of my older videos. I love when people go back and they look at the catalog of everything that we've put out on YouTube, and they're going through some of the older campaigns and they say, FixFox, do you just have the world's best luck when it comes to getting through some of these very tough, very difficult campaigns? And I try and remind people, look, last time I played the campaigns was before the release of FHeroes2 patch 1.0. We are currently on patch 1.1.8. And so if you're trying to play FHeroes2 on the campaigns right now and you're finding it very difficult, trust me, I would be having just as much difficulty as you. And so we're going to examine one of the scenarios from the campaign. This is going to be Price of Loyalty scenario 2. The island, which one? Island of Chaos? Yeah, it's a pretty tough one. There's a lot of interesting twists and turns. And more importantly, we are up against massive, overwhelming forces. Because the original Heroes of Might and Magic 2 AI was so weak, it was very important to note that the map makers and designers, they ended up giving the computers lots of advantages to compensate for the weak AI with a better AI that truly makes it just a little bit tougher than we otherwise would like to see. But we're going to have a real good time, probably losing a couple of times and having a lot of fun doing our best to get through this scenario. So come along with me. Let's go into campaign, and we're going to just load up here. It's going to be Price of Loyalty 1 is going to be the end of this. So we completed Price of Loyalty 1, and it takes us here into Price of Loyalty Scenario 2, Island of Chaos. The whole goal here is to eliminate all opposition in the area, and then the first piece of the artifact will be ours. We have no awards. In later scenarios of this campaign, you get the Helmet of Andrin, the Breastplate of Andrin. Right now, we have nothing to our name. We have the choice between starting off with the White Pearl for the +1 knowledge and the +1 spell power. We have the choice of taking the Ballista of Quickness, so we get an additional catapult round shot. Okay, all right. Or we can start off with an additional 2,000 gold. I do not see any feasible strategy where the Ballista of Quickness is going to win you this game. I think that this is the absolute worst choice you could pick, maybe in all of the campaigns and all of FHeroes2, of all of the Price of Loyalty campaigns. This might be the worst reward you could pick. So then our choice falls to either the White Pearl or the 2,000 gold. If you get the gold, you might get better, more high quality troops. If you take the White Pearl, you are gambling that you are going to get some nice spells in your Mageguild, which is not a bad way of approaching this. Folks, I think that for now, I'm going to try this White Pearl. I'm going to give myself 3 chances at this scenario. I'm going to give myself up to 3 restarts total. And then if I feel like the White Pearl isn't going to be ideal, then next time we'll try the gold and we'll figure out from there. We are on hard difficulty, so we want more of a challenge. The AI is going to be stronger than at normal difficulty. And there's nothing else to do but dive right in. This is going to be brutal. This is going to be brutal. Okay, the first piece of the artifact now lies in the hands of the unholy order of Warlocks. You must annihilate them and their allies to the north. They will surely give us what we seek in exchange for their feeble lives. I appreciate that. I appreciate very much that their feeble lives are going to hopefully fuel some of our late game prowess, but for now we're going to have to do the very best we can as the sorceresses. Do note that the sorceresses have a couple of disadvantages in some ways, and they have some advantages in others. What is the advantage of the sorceresses? You have ranged damage. You can get archers, and well, you can get elves and grand elves, you can get druids and greater druids. This ranged damage can be fantastic. You also have speed if you can get up to the red tower. That's going to be a little bit of a tall order for us, but you also have a high bit of damage, and you have lots of specialities. For example, no retaliation on the phoenixes, magic resistance from the dwarves, a double shot here, the blind ability from the unicorns, a double hex attack, and just an awesome unit with the phoenixes. Yeah, you got some opportunities, but there's also some drawbacks to the sorceresses as well, and that includes high costs in the Mercury. You're going to need a healthy bit of it if you're going to get up to the greater druids, so on and so forth. We start off here in the castle of Pixie. Well named. I'm happy for that. We start off with Carlon the Sorceress, level 1, 0 attack, 0 defense, 3 spell power, 4 knowledge, 16 of the sprites, 2 of these dwarves, with the 1 and 1 for the White Pearl. And we're not going to take a look at our spellbook just yet because we're going to go straight to this. Okay. Ooh, bit of a bad Mageguild. I think that if you're hoping for any sort of spells here, you're looking for a haste, you're looking for a slow, and you're looking for a magic arrow. Bless, we already had that in our spellbook anyway. We're the sorceresses. We don't care. We've already got that. Curse, not that useful. Cure, we'll do the best we can with this. But even if this doesn't work out super well for us, we do have a treehouse not too far away and a shrine of the second circle, so we might be able to pick up a lightning bolt or a cold ray or a blind. We will see what happens. Let's see, we got some nice stuff going on in the chat there. Let's see. Law Maliciousness. Hello, Law Maliciousness. Welcome. Nice to have you back in the chat. Appreciate having you here. Good evening from the UK, Mr. FixFox. It's a pleasure having you here. And then Jimmer Katie. Hey, FixFox. I've been watching so many of your YouTube videos and loving them. Glad I could finally catch you on a live stream for the first time. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. And I'm glad that you're getting to enjoy those videos on YouTube. I'm happy that the YouTube is there for all the different playthroughs. I'm glad that we maintain a pretty positive and fun atmosphere. That's what I really go for. And I see that you subscribed. Thank you so very kindly for the subscription. I hope I get to keep you for an awful long time. Thank you for enjoying Heroes of Might and Magic 2 with me. And then Mushanki Pet's in the chat. Hello, Mushanki Pet. He might not be the hero we need, but he's the hero we deserve. Or the other way around. I never know. Anyway, Lord Fix suffering on this hell of a map so we don't have to. Oh, trust me, you're still going to have to suffer to some degree at some point, I'm sure. I'm going to leave the dwarves behind because they're going to be a little too slow for me. I'm going to send Carlon immediately in this direction to try and determine how many sprites we can work with. With a gold mine right here, you want to get through centaurs as quickly as you can. Absolutely. And with enough sprites, you can take this fight. It's going to be a little bit gross, a little bit nasty. Speaking of which, Jay Nasty's in the chat, but we'll have to see what we can get. And so for now, we're going to leave the dwarves at home, probably get a second hero in just a moment or two. And it's going to be view artifacts, probably the worst level 2 spell we could have hoped for. Oh, this map is off to a great start. As far as choosing the white pearl for the +1/+1, these spells along with that beautiful, wonderful view artifacts. Yeah, I do not think that we are in the best position to win this, but we're going to give it our best shot. A group of sprites with a desire for greater glory wish to join you. Do accept, I sure do. So it's going to be 36 sprites. I think that we're going to head on back in this direction as much as we can. And I'm going to see if I can actually take these centaurs on a day one sort of a deal. I'm once again going to leave these dwarves behind. I just don't see them being that useful. I'm going to pick up these 8 additional sprites. That's going to go fairly a long way for me, I think, with 2,100 gold. I'm going to leave the elves out of this for now, but I am going to get the archery range. I think that you'd want to get as many forces as you possibly can. We've already got the Crystal Garden. We've already got the well. We do have the dwarves that are slowly accruing. I think that this is going to be about as good as we could have hoped for. So this is going to cost me a couple movement points, but let's see how this goes. Let's see, 36 up to 51. It doesn't really bother me which hero is my main hero. And so for now, since Rebecca's going to be a little bit closer, it's going to be her. It looks like we're going to be just a little bit short on movement points in order to get over to the gold mine. And so I'm going to be a little bit sad about that, folks. Oh my goodness. Like immediately, let's identify the issue that we just caused ourselves. The goal here is not to have one big stack of sprites. The goal is to have multiple stacks of smaller sprites because you have average speed here, so 4 speed, and then 4 speed, average speed here on the centaurs. If you're going to be attacker, you're going to get to go first. If I had 5 stacks of sprites, I can go sprites, centaurs, sprites, centaurs, sprites, centaurs, sprites, centaurs, and then you can just win the scenario in that sort of a way. Clearly, this was a big error on my part. We're going to have to do our best to try and keep these sprites alive. Already, I can feel that there's an issue here, and I'm hoping that we can get through this tough time. Okay, it's going to cost us some troops. Can't help it. You can't go over it, can't go under it. You might as well go right through it. The curses are not going to help us out that much, but it's going to end up saving us a few sprites all the same. 15 sprites, that was 5 sprites saved. That's going to end us up with 600 gold here on month 1, week 1, day 1. Let's move on to the next thing. And I'm going to use Carlon to go south just a little bit. We see gems. Gems are useful for unicorns. We see wood. Let's pick that up immediately. There's no need for our main hero, Rebecca, to go back for this shrine of the second circle. Few artifacts. Heck, let's just use Carlon real quick to cast that. There's not a lot of artifacts on this map. This is a little island in the upper right corner that rarely is divulged of its resources and its prizes. We're going to have 1 artifact here, 1 artifact there. We're going to see what those are in just a moment or two. I think as Rebecca goes south, do we have the ability to defeat several boars? I don't know, and I don't want to say I don't care, but I definitely don't believe that we are where we need to be. When there's an ore mine here, I think that it's better to just wait a second, and then we can maybe have Carlon go back, ferry some troops over, bring some elves to the front, and just kind of go from there. 10 of the ore for the Stonehenge. That's a pretty big pickup. That's a pretty important pickup. And that makes it so I don't want to pick up my statue. Although, Law Maliciousness, you have told us, Fix Fox, I really need you to get the statue there. And I agree, I completely agree. I do worry that in this case, it actually makes a lot more sense to pick up these druids because we're going to have some issues with gold, we're going to have some issues with troops, and we're going to have a lot of enemies that we have to deal with as we go up in this direction. So for now, with 1600 gold, I think that we just wait. We go on to day 2, but we are going to need to hope that this ore mine is going to get enough ore for us to pick up enough to get us a big, beautiful Mageguild level 2. As soon as possible. Let's pick up the Stonehenge right now. No, we'll pick up the Stonehenge before the end of the week. How about? But let's get the elves for now. Well, we can still do it. Let's do that. And then I don't know if I'm going to need these dwarves, but let's hope we don't, but bring them anyway. And then see where this goes from here. Okay. Let's see. Forces go over. Let's actually do it like this. And then single stacks of the sprites with boars. I think that we're going to probably want 2 stacks of the sprites and then 2 stacks of the dwarves. Dwarves are going to try and get in front of the elves and save us some damage. So let's do that real quick. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Jay Nasty is saying that good afternoon, hope all is well. Jay Nasty, nice to have you here. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. And hello there, of course, Mushanki Pet. I had a hell of a bad time doing this the first time. It was easier back then. It was easier back then. FHeroes2 is good and getting better all the time, and I love that. But there are some issues with that. As the AI gets better, some of these scenarios get absolutely brutal. And I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. We just have to find a way to come on through. And so maybe this is going to be an exercise in trying to figure out how we can support each other. So if you have a tip or a strategy, or you see an opportunity that I'm not taking, I hope that you'll tell me. So that way we can work together, put our heads together as it were, and come to the very best resolution. Folks, 1 sprite goes down in 2 different stacks. And this is going to give us the Ever Cold Icicle. It's a nice pickup. I'm very happy for it. I think we're going to want the gold on this anyway. I think we are going to want to take out this pack of veteran pikemen. I believe if I go to the standing stones, pick up the +1 spell power, and then if I head back to my castle, I can have Carlon grab all this, and then maybe, just maybe, we're going to get enough forces to deal with these pikemen and then start to work through these gargoyles. I don't know how valuable it is to go through here, but I see treasure, and that means gold. Gold means troops. Troops means victory. So let's hope that this works out pretty well. Ooh, it's a 4-leaf clover. I think I would actually prefer to have gold and not luck. It's a small thing, but I think I'd rather prefer to have the gold instead of the luck here, especially when I really wanted to pick up some other troops to go through these pack of pikemen. An icicle withstanding the full heat of the noonday sun attracts your attention. Intrigued, you break it off and find that it does not melt in your hand. So if we get a ice bolt, we are going to get an extra 50% damage. That's stupendous. Really, truly terrific. And rather than wait to get upgrades on these different buildings, I think I'm just going to take the troops as is. So these druids, for example, we're going to have a big stack of them. I'm going to keep the 1 big stack of the sprites. Pack of pikemen, let's just go through it. It's not going to be pretty. Yeah, it's not going to be pretty, but we're going to make this fight happen all the same. And then Jay Nasty says, I was just playing this level and I couldn't get past it. Yeah, it's very, very tough. And you're not wrong for feeling like it's very, very tough. Truly, I feel like anybody that says, oh, this is not a problem, I don't think that we're playing the same scenario. I think it's pretty obvious to me that this is more difficult than was originally intended. And hopefully we're able to find a way to maybe find something consistent. So far, I mean, do note that what we've seen is that the AI is going to be heavily determined on whether or not we get nice spells. And so I've said that we're going to do this scenario 3 times. In the event that we get really nice spells, I can see the scenario being okay. If we don't get really nice spells, we're just up the creek without a paddle. Is this the time where we've already gotten a really bad start and we just don't know it? I hate to play scenarios as if I need to just refight the fights again and again and again in order to overcome and win. I don't like to play that way. It's not my favorite way of playing, but if you gotta do what you gotta do, then just be advised. This might be one of those times where save scumming and making sure that you're getting the best possible start might be really valuable. So if that's what it takes to win, that's what we're gonna do. We're going to get through this fight. 9 of the sprites. I prefer not to lose any of those, but they're not going to be especially valuable for these gargoyles, and so we're going to have to wait for just a moment or two. Roman says, I had to change difficulty to easy, and it was still challenging. Yes, absolutely. I hear that loud and clear. I'm glad I'm not the only one. And Boreaser's in the chat. Hello, Boreaser. Nice to have you there. Welcome, welcome. Pleasure having you here. We're here playing Price of Loyalty Scenario 2, Island of Chaos, where we must eliminate all the opposition in the area. We have the White Pearl, and we are carrying on from here. Right now, it is Rebecca as our primary hero, but she is still very, very underleveled. Both of these sorceresses have an awful long way to go before they can claim to be the very best. You're the best around. I'm having a thought here. Rather than spend my time picking up these with my primary hero, unless I'm going to take some amount of experience, I think I might as well just leave Carlon to do this. Carlon's not going to have much to do until it's a new week anyway. So let's head back. We should be just to the point where we can get our level 2 Mageguild. What are we missing? Oh, we are missing the gems. And 2 Mercury. Ooh, bit of a bad break there. The possibility of trading. Trading for 2 Mercury. We're going to have the gems, but we're going to lack the Mercury. Tell you what, let's pick up the marketplace now. I think that you have to go for this level 2. I think you have to go for the level 2 Mageguild. I think we're going to wait. I think we're going to figure out what we need to trade. And we got a couple of days to do it before we really need to be out of here. So it's going to be 5 gems. It's going to be 3 gems and then another 5. So 13 gems total. It's going to be 1,000 gold from one treasure chest and 2,000 from the other. That brings us up to 7,500 gold, which is excellent. And then I suppose we could bypass the level 2 Mageguild. We have nothing to our name. With 4 spell power, 4 knowledge, the best spell you can cast is a curse or a bless. I think that you are obligated to go for something a little bit better, and that's just a bit of a shame. Folks, we had a follow a minute ago. Let me just double check to see who that was. Honoric94. Honoric, nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Pleasure to have you. I always appreciate people who enjoy Heroes of Might and Magic 2. I sure do enjoy it myself, and so I hope that you're enjoying yourself and you find a nice home for yourself and enjoy the time we get to spend. So welcome. If we're going to try and do both Mageguild and Fenced Meadow, I think that you need the Mageguild now so you can set off, because Carlon can always bring you troops later. She can always bring you the unicorns down the road. Will I have enough resources to trade, though? I don't think so. You can't trade any of your precious resources. You're going to need at least 3,000 gold by tomorrow, so I have to end today with 2,000 gold. I don't think I can do it, but if we're taking a look at this, because here's what we need. We need 10 wood, 15 wood. And so if I tried to trade here, for example, I wouldn't have enough wood to get what I need. If I try to trade here, I won't have enough for what I need, because you need all the gems. Sulfur, yeah, so then you're trying to trade gold at 5,000 a bit. Yeah, 10,000 gold to get the 2 Mercury is just too far away. So even if I wanted to trade, I don't think I could. That's so very sad. Well, in that case, maybe what I ought to do is upgrade the elves into Grand Elves, so that way we can send them north with us, fully upgraded. Then again, a couple of unicorns are going to make this fight against unicorns a little bit better. I may never come back to upgrade this again, though. Let's do this now. We're gonna pick up this upgrade, so that way we're gonna have 6-speed troops in our army. That speed does matter an awful lot when it comes down to figuring out how we're going to survive these fights. We're going to bring all these dwarves in, split the stacks, and then set off towards these gargoyles. And when Carlon gets a chance, she will bring more troops to the front. The fact that we're leaving here without a level 2 Mageguild, I think, is spelling our doom. We're just going to have to wait and see how bad our doom is, folks. But this is not the start that I hoped for. We will have to see how this goes. Bammy says, is anyone else hearing Fix's mic a bit weird? Tell you what, I was hearing it weird early on. I hear La Maliciousness say that it's fine, and Boreas are saying it's a bit different. It sounded off and wrong to me, and I'm not sure why. I try to make sure that I protect this mic as I travel from my home to the library. Nothing else has changed, but I always worry that we take a couple of bumps and bruises in places I don't really want to. And that's more than just a little bit sad for me. It's disheartening, because I really want this stuff to be fine. La Maliciousness says, please build the statue. Well, it's day 7. I have to build the fenced meadow. I will take the damage, yes. And there you go, we agree. Oh, damage over statue, 100%, yeah. So we agree on that, but we will work on the statue ASAP. Truly we will. And maybe not if it comes at the cost of other troops, though. This gold mine's pretty critical to this whole scenario. And if you can't win your fights without it, then you're just in a bad spot. Okay, folks. What do we have to our name? The answer is not a lot. It's going to be a curse on this stack of gargoyles here. We are going to be immediately enveloped. We take damage on the sprites. 9 sprites goes down, 11 sprites goes down, and then 18 damage onto our friends, the druids. If I attack, I will lose a druid for sure. I think that you need all the bits of damage you can get. We are hopefully going to kill one gargoyle there. We sure do. We do lose the sprite in retaliation. Let's try and just pick off a single stack. I don't care which stack it is that we pick off, but let's try and pick off a single stack. We're going to go here. Nice. Good, good. And then we're going to drop this dwarf down. This gargoyle has 12 HP, so we're going to try and take out as many of those as we can. 1 gargoyle goes down, 11 damage onto the grand elves. And as you can tell, this is what we call a slobber knocker. This is a knockdown, drag out fight, and nobody's having a good time. Nobody's going to have a good time. Nobody's going to get out of this fight unscathed. I think that I'm going to bring the Grand Elves all the way down. No, if I bring the Grand Elves down, then the dwarves next turn, these 5 dwarves are going to be stuck because they're only going to be able to go 1-2 speed away. And that informs my decision about where I move these elves, I think. Yeah, so we're just going to attack here. I don't like it. Grateful that the dwarves are taking some heat there. It's very good. I'm happy for that. We're going to take some additional retaliation here, but not enough to kill us. 16 HP remains. There's 2 of these gargoyles remaining there. Let's see, 6 dwarves. I think that 6 dwarves, we're going to hope that 6 dwarves can do enough damage to support these druids there. Good luck. Happy to see that the good luck's coming in clutch. Very good for that. And then 9 HP, 12 HP. I think we go here. Just kill where we can. And once again, we're going to kill where we can. I'm going to move the dwarves up to here, so maybe if we need to respond in this direction, we'll be able to. I don't... It's tough for me to tell exactly how this fight's going to develop from here, but we're going to do the best we can. We're going to save the bless for one of these stacks of dwarves, I think. Will we lose a druid? We do not lose a druid. That's very good for me. I don't think that the bless is useful there. Not as much as it is on these dwarves. Well, 3 to 8, but there's only 2 of them versus 4 doing 2 to 4. And the attack skill is 6 versus 7 against 7 defense. I actually think that the bless is a little bit better here, but not by much. This is really us splitting hairs. Absolutely splitting hairs. We are down to 6 of the sprites. It's not looking so good, Chief. It's not looking so good, but you know what looks great? Oof. Get out of my store. The gargoyles are going to step right there, though, and that's pretty sad. So the Grand Elves are taking their hits. I'm going to just skip at this point. And I think that you can all tell where this fight is going from here. Another dwarf goes down, 1 gargoyle remains, and then these 6 dwarves do finish this up. 2 elves, 2 of the dwarves, 26 of the sprites, 1 of the druids. I think that in retrospect, it would have been best to wait 1 single day and then pick up the additional troops. A little bit of extra troops actually makes this fight go so much better. Your losses are much easier to swallow because you're going to have less losses because you're going to do more damage yourself. You're going to output more damage. You're going to cause more of a ruckus. These are the things I think about. These are the things I hope for. Oh, did you know what I just realized? We didn't even have enough crystal. I would have, if I had traded for Mercury, I would have also needed to trade for crystal. And then I see my error right there. Interesting. Okay. Well, Carlon's going to stay because it's day 7. And folks, this is a gross and dirty week 1, and I don't think I like it. I can already tell you right now, I don't think that this is going to be the play, but we're going to soldier on and do the best we can with what we have. Fami says also, wow, back to Price of Loyalty 2. Hope you struggle at least a bit. Otherwise, I'll feel like a fool. Oh, no, I can already tell that we're struggling. Fami, this is going to be an absolute trouble of a map. Jay Nasty also says that they struggled and couldn't beat it. Haha, yep. And then Mushakipad says, I plan on doing the original campaigns on hard without the dwarf or ogre or alliances. Oh, you absolute masochist. You actually enjoy pain and suffering. Trying to do the campaigns without the ogre or the dwarf alliances is brutal. absolutely brutal, but I tip my hat to you and I want to see it. Yeah, it should be fun. It should be fun. I hope that it goes very well. And then the price of loyalty campaigns, a little bit traumatizing. Un poquito. Just just a little bit. A little bit frustrating, a little bit sad. We will soldier on. Fear not, my friends. I think that rather than go for these sprites there, we just want to get these troops up as far as we can. We're going to want to send Rebecca as far north as she can go as well, but I'm almost certain we're going to run into an enemy fairly quickly. Let's take the most valuable troops. Let's take the unicorns, let's take the elves, then we take the druids, and of course at this point we're out of gold, so let's take the 13 sprites instead. Even with this gold mine, this is not quite the level of force that I would hope for. Let's see, temple. Tell you what, let's pick up the temple just in case. Just in case there's something valuable there. And do note that we now have the Evercold Icicle, and in our sights we do see this Lightning Rod. So if we get a nice secondary skill here, like a nice spell, Coldray or the Lightning Bolt, you have an opportunity to do tons of damage with it. And you can potentially win through your spell prowess, although it's still going to be a bit of a struggle one way or the other. We did not get attacked on this day. Is this sawmill flagged? It is. So we know that the enemies have scouted to this point. Unlike with Heroes of Might and Magic 2 Gold, the FHeroes2 does not cheat, and they are not omniscient. They don't see the entire map to make the best decisions. They do abide by the rules of vision and whether or not you can be seen. But we can tell right here, right now, that we are being seen. We're being watched, and we don't even really realize it. For that, I don't want to wander too far north because I'm sure I'm going to run into a problem that makes me feel like I'm obligated to go back and then take these forces. That means that Harlan is going to be able to head back for future trips, and this is about as good as we can do. We've already visited the temple. We've already visited our opportunities with spells, and we're just going to have to hope that we can make some magic happen up here, but I'm less likely to be successful, I think. Statue, 5 or 1,250 gold. It's a good investment. I wish we could have made it a little bit earlier, but that first week was a little bit tight in trying to get everything together. We do not see an enemy here on this new day. We do not see an enemy on this new day. We're going to need to fight these griffins. Part of me wants to get the observation tower that's somewhere up here, but if we can go through the griffins and we can get some mercury, maybe we go back and we get a nice level 2 Mageguild. That really feels like it's our best opportunity to be successful. So, glorious victory, the 1 elf. I think that this is acceptable losses. We're going to take that. And we're going to go for the logistics. Logistics and movement in this scenario with the adventure map is very important. The wisdom is good for later. We may never get up to 4th level spells. So let's take the logistics. Let's take all of this. Mercury, 6, 5, that's 11 mercury total. At this point, I'm going to take the experience. And pathfinding, not very useful. Mysticism, not the worst thing I ever saw. Not the worst thing I ever saw. And the game kind of revolves around this. If we get simply a blind, we're sunk. But I think that there's some rules about the way that spells are meant to go into your mage guild. I think that if you don't get a magic arrow in this first level, that you're more likely to get a damaging spell in your 2nd level. But I have seen it to where you get no spells, no damaging spells in level 1 or 2, at which point you are guaranteed to get a damaging spell in your 3rd level mage guild. Are we going to have to go for the 3rd level mage guild in order to get some damaging spells? The answer is no. We do pick up the Coldray, and I think I actually like the Coldray a little bit more than the Lightning Bolt. Here's why. With the sorceresses, your main power is being able to spec into knowledge and get lots of knowledge. It seems maybe not like a lot, but 6 spell points versus 7 spell points, the difference between a Lightning Bolt and a Coldray, it actually adds up. And being able to squeeze out 1 or 2 additional Coldrays versus the Lightning Bolts actually can be kind of a nice deal. So we are going to pick up this Lightning Bolt all the same. Want to make sure we have it. I don't want the enemy to have it. And then we're going to hope that we don't get attacked here. We don't. Yet again, we don't get attacked. I'm so surprised. But we're going to head out and we're just going to escape at this current juncture. While waiting out a storm, a lightning bolt strikes a nearby cottage's lightning rod, which melts and falls to the ground. The tip of the rod, however, survives intact and makes your hair stand on end when you touch it. Plus 50% damage when we cast lightning bolt. Okay, I'd like to pick up the sawmill. I'd like to be safe more than I'd like to pick up the sawmill. What do we really need to make purchase-wise? Let's see. We don't need... We've got the wood for the upgraded cottage. Don't really need the tavern. Thieves Guild, not necessary. It's good, but not critically important. We even have enough wood if we wanted to go for a Mage Guild instead of the upgraded cottage. The sawmill is good. It's not critically important. We're going to go south, and we're going to escape. And hopefully hopefully we're going to get back to the Mage Guild, and we're going to leave, and then we're going to be able to send some troops via Carlon through a hero chain shortly thereafter. I am going to go for this upgraded cottage. The red tower is just too far away. And so we're going to upgrade our troops as best as we can. I am shocked. I'm shocked that we're not seeing enemies charge towards us. I'm a little bit upset. What, am I not worth it? Hold on, am I not worth it? Is this a slap in the face? I think it might be a slap in the face. Well, so long as I stay alive, I suppose I don't mind if my opponents underestimate me. So we are back here, month 1, week 2. There we go. Finally, for the first time, we see just the tip end of a wizard hero on their white horse. We will figure out who they are in just a moment or two. It's day 7. We've picked up the spells that we need, the Disrupting Ray, the Dragon Slayer, and the Coldray. I'm going to upgrade all these troops I currently have, including here and here. It's pretty costly, but as I set out in this direction, to right about here, I think, it'll give me a little bit extra movement points, and then Carlon can grab what she wants and then make this swap in just a moment or two. How far can she go? I think we can go just a little bit further. Right about there. Well, it feels like it's going fine because we don't see the enemies, but that doesn't mean it's actually going fine. Here they come, boys. Mageguild, pack of archers. Never mind. I hyped it up like it was going to be a big deal, and now it's not a big deal. Could you imagine if somehow the AI just has the worst day of its life and it just struggles to do anything worthwhile, and we end up winning just because of no merit of Fixfox? I doubt that would happen, but if it did happen, that would just be a cruel joke to all the people that have suffered trying to make this map work. We got about 5,000 gold left. That's a healthy amount. Let's go for the ranged damage. Let's go for the unicorns. Let's go for the sprites, and then we'll go for the dwarves. Okay. We run out of gold. To be expected. But yet again, maybe there's going to be some opportunity to get another bit of hero chain damage up there. Let's make sure Mageguild can't scout any further. And here on week 3, I think that the enemies are already way too advanced for us. I think we're just heading for disaster. Roman says, that is a very uncommon way of understanding fun, but good luck. Yeah, when Mushanki Pet's talking about having fun by enjoying the trauma of Price of Loyalty, or rather Archibald and such, without the bonuses, you know that something's going on there. Are you okay? Do we need to... How do we best support you, sir? That's my question. And then Roman continues to say to Jay Nasty, on the 3rd attempt I received Coldray in the shrine, helped out a lot, and the scenario was still hell on earth. Yep. For those of you who don't want it spoiled, trust me, that's what we're about to come up to. We do pick up this Alchemist Lab. Month 1, week 3, day 3, it's way too far away. It's going to take, what, 16 turns in order to get the Mercury just for the red tower. At that point, the yellow player is going to have way too much for us. We're just too slow at this point. Just too slow. Thundax has a pack of the war trolls, lots of the wolves, pack of the archers, lots of the ogres, and a horde of the orc chieftains. I'm going to go around to this observation tower, and I'm going to see if I can bypass him. Yeah, we got Jacqueline here, who I'm still kind of scared of. I don't think I can... Let's see. He's got 2-speed troops. I've got the logistics for the additional 10% movement points. I did have to walk around him. I'm going to see if I can run, though. If I don't have to fight him, I don't want to. If I can take a castle, maybe one of the barbarian castles, that'd be pretty okay for me. So let's just escape. I think that that's pretty clear that he should be able to reach there, but let's make him prove it. Yep. And then this fight is a loss unless there's some major amount of spells. We're going to see how good of a damage we can do with these cold rays. So folks, 120 points of damage with the cold rays at a time. That's 3 war trolls every instance of damage. or that's 12 orcs. I'm not loving my chances. I think that we can win this fight, but it's still not going to be pretty. Might as well focus on this high quality damaging troop here. Rather than attack with the 6 attack skill elves, 6 attack versus 7 defense, I'm actually going to go attack these orcs. So that way we're not doing full damage. I'm going to let the greater druids attack the war trolls in just a second, but we're going to focus on these orcs and we're going to do a little bit more damage. 26 to 39 versus 24 to 37. I guess it's not that much. I guess it's not that much. Ogres are going to move down to protect the orcs I'm anticipating. 7 to 9. This is Thundax the Barbarian, by the way. 4 attack, 2 defense, 1 spell power, 1 knowledge, great morale, great luck. 10 spell points. I'm not expecting a lot of spell damage or buffing or debuffing spells here. Let's take out the war trolls while we can, because there may come a time where we don't have the damage to do 40 points of damage to these war trolls. And if that moment comes, then you're having a real bad time. 75 points of damage there. Oof, good morale. 2 of the greater druids go down. Most of our stack of sprites goes down. We do have blood morale, so if the unicorns can get good luck, good morale right here, if they could have gotten onto the orcs, I would have felt much better about my chances. It looks like we're going to have to devote the sprites. And no, we can't devote the sprites in this area because the ogres are going to get to go before these orcs do. So we're going to end up taking the damage from 66 orcs. Yeah, never mind. We might not be actually getting out of this scenario alive. Not this fight anyway. That was 4 unicorns that goes down. Orcs do 135 damage. 4 of your unicorns perish. That nearly halves the damage. That's pretty bad. These wolves are going to clean up these sprites. And so, yet again, I think I'm obligated to do the spell damage rather than do the bless or anything else. There's a little bit of HP there. I'm gonna start working on these orcs. Oh, look at that! I did not anticipate that. Oh, interesting. And that makes me feel like I really have to start working on these orcs, because the unicorns are going to be stuck. I'm going to try and kill wolves. 23 of them. We're going to kill 3 to 7. We kill 5. 1 unicorn goes down in retaliation. 9 dwarves should be able to deal with these war trolls. We're going to ignore these 14 archers, but the damage is not nothing. It's 27 damage per deal. 1 unicorn remains, not that much. Let's do our next Coldray here. 51 of the orcs goes down to 39. Not too bad. And actually, because the dwarves are going to step up in a moment, I don't know how much damage these dwarves are going to do. 2 to 4, 7 attack, 7 defense. I don't think they're going to do enough damage to actually kill the trolls. So we kill 1 troll there, and we kill the second troll because of the good morale. That worked out fine. And then we're going to continue to work on these orcs. I guess that means that these battle dwarves need to go down. So we got the good luck here, and we got the good morale here. It's going for us. I mean, this isn't exactly going to be a beautiful fight, but we picked up the blind on this big stack of ogres. We're still staying alive from the ranged damage. There's not going to be enough damage. There's not going to be enough spell damage or ranged damage to actually deal with these ogres. We have to keep our stacks of ranged creatures alive. 2 speed, 6 speed, 6 speed. We can kite an awful lot, but we're going to continue to take damage from these orcs for a while anyway. It's just not very pretty. Yeah, and there's still wolves to deal with. Let's continue on our way. 3 to 5. 10. 10. It's going to be 1 more Coldray. Nah, that's a waste of damage. I think we actually need to kill these wolves, funny enough. Because the wolves being 6 speed, they prevent me from kiting them out. And the damage is just too low at this point. Let's kill as many archers as we can. We kill 3. Yeah, it's over. It's not good, folks. It's not good. 3 to 5 of the elves, or rather archers, goes down. We're down to 6 of the grand elves. We're down to 3 of these greater druids. With our final Coldray, you feel obligated to defeat wolves where you can. Let's try and deal with them before they completely obliterate us. Nope, too late. Didn't make it. And even if you get through these forces and these forces, you're not even going to have enough shots. With 10 shots left here and 12 shots there, so 6 and 10, you're not going to have enough damage to deal with these ogres. You have 4 spell points left. Folks, it's over. And I feel no reason to stick around. We said that we would replay this map up to 3 times before we bowed out and Fix Fox goes back to the drawing board a little bit and tries to figure out something new. This is going to be the end of playthrough number 1. And that's okay. We planned on this. We know how tough the AI is. We know that the AI is impossibly difficult to deal with in many ways. And so we've planned to restart as often as necessary. So we're going to hit new game. We're going to go into load, campaign, down into price of loyalty 1. Our difficulty is still on hard. I still kind of like the white pearl, but I said I would go for 2,000 gold. If you get a lightning bolt, though, that's a big deal. I'm going to stick with the white pearl, and we're going to load back in. Okay, let me get caught up on chat. We are on to playthrough number 2. And then, yeah, so Roman did get the Coldray in the shrine right here. That helps out a lot. If you can get it, that's fantastic. Law Maliciousness, the day 10 statue is much better than the day 67 statue. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, and Vammy did note that we do have the Icicle for the Coldray. So yeah, we usually do 60 points of damage with the Coldray. But we ended up doing, half again. So we were doing 80 points of damage up to 120. So yeah, whether you get the Icicle or whether you get the Lightning Bolt, both are not too bad. Law Maliciousness says, I wish that the Lightning Rod impacted the Titan's damage output. That would be sick. Oh, that'd be so cool. But then if you did that, I would want the Everhot Lava Rock to affect Phoenix's and Dragon's Breath. That would be really cool, actually. I really like that idea. Oh, man. Maybe somebody makes a little bit of a modification when FHeroes2 gets on board with making the mods available. It's on the roadmap, so they're going to do it eventually. But for now, we'll see how it goes. Roman says, I have not been attacked. Well, wait. Just wait, Roman says. I mean, if you won the first fight, I'm gaining a lot of hope. We won the first fight, but that wasn't really their toughest force. We'll see. The Hammy says fix. They have 4 castles fix. Yes. And so if you wait until week 3, you're just toast. You've got to get up this way and you've got to take a castle. I think that when I was successful before, I think I took a castle on day 1 of week 2, funny enough. So you don't really have a lot of time to waste. You want the gold. If you want to forego unicorns, you can ignore the gems here. It all depends, and there's who knows. It's gonna be pretty tough. But Bambi does also continue on to say, I did take into account that somehow this version of the AI just has an aneurysm on the map and plays much worse than previous AI. I wonder if the FHeroes2 team did that on purpose. They may never tell us that, but they might have done that on purpose. Who knows? It looks like every other playthrough of this map. Okay. Mushanki Pet is fine. He's fine, everybody. He can play without dwarves and ogres. That's not an issue for him. He'll be okay. He'll survive. Moment of truth. Cure, slow, bless. This is a better Mageguild than before, but I think that we really have to hope for something nice in the Shrine of the Second Circle. I'm going to leave everything over here. Again? View artifacts again? Nope. No. We've already seen how trying to make something like this work goes. It doesn't work. You need a little bit of help. Okay, this is perfect. All right, folks. Yes, this is exactly where we're at. We are in the Castle of Pixie with Troyanne, the level 1 sorceress. She's got 14 of the sprites. She's probably going to end up giving over this white pearl in just a moment or two, but she's got some nice stuff to her name. I'm going to send her out and about. Maybe we get an even better spell in this shrine. Steel Skin, I'm actually good with Steel Skin. I like Steel Skin. Just having any amount of damaging spell goes an awful long way for me. We're going to end up picking up a new hero here. It's going to be Ariel the Sorceress. No, 16 versus 13 sprites. Gem is actually much better because her starting forces are superior, vastly superior. And I'm going to leave the dwarves behind, but I think I can actually take this. I think I can take lots of centaurs with just these sprites. I don't think I need any more, especially with the magic arrow. So let's get the gold mine on day 1, actually, which is actually going to be very much nicer. And that's an extra 1,000 gold. That does go an awful long way. We're going to consider, where do we want a magic arrow? We can kill 4. Well, I mean, we're just going to kill here. We're going to do damage, 2 to 4. It's going to be 2 of the unicorns. 2 of the centaurs goes down. 3 of the centaurs goes down. It's going to be another 3. And just with these retaliations, it's a bloodbath. These centaurs didn't really have a chance. And our losses are going to be very acceptable. 2 sprites goes down for 120 experience. Gold mine day 1. Already we're doing much, much better. So I am going to be ready to go through these boards in just a second here. I'm going to make sure that we have the archery range because that's going to be pretty useful. We're going to be able to get Troyan up and through Pixie to support the forces, and then we will go from there on to another day. Vammy says, did any of the raffle winners claim their headband? The answer is absolutely yes. So I'm very happy to say that I have gotten some good responses, and I'm still waiting on one response. There's one good response, and I'm waiting for some others. But it may be that I need to draw for one additional headband, folks. And if I do that, I will try and do that on stream just for the purposes of ordering and getting stuff out. I want to make sure that I have everything in one order. I get a little bit of a discount if I do it all at once. So just be advised that I might wait to send out those headbands until I've got my 3 winners locked and loaded and ready to go. But until that time happens, I will keep you posted. In the event that we're going to do an additional drawing, I will let you know. Folks, these boards, let's see, several boards. Oh, that's several? We can do several. Yeah, several's not a problem at all, actually. But I'm very excited, and I'm very glad that the drawing went as well as it did. I think that it's, again, just a small way that I can show my appreciation. And of all the things I could possibly give you fine folks, I think that a headband is maybe one of the things that makes me the happiest to give. I'm really happy to be able to give some token of my appreciation. So I appreciate everybody's help and the good vibes and the good energy. Folks, let's kill this one boar. We're going to get out of here with no losses. Only a little bit of experience there, but not too bad. I do want Troyan to... Let's see. We'll pick up all this in just a moment. No, I really feel like you need this ore mine. You need the ore mine for some of these other purchases like Stonehenge and maybe getting a level 2 Mageguild. I mean, the statue, of course, right? So, yeah, we're going to send Troyan up that way. And this time I'm actually going to use Gem to pick all this up. Once again, we have the icicle for the plus 50% damage. We're going to take the gold here. We're going to go through the standing stones for the +1, and we're going to end up kind of moving in this direction. Interesting, a pack of iron golems. We can take that fight with just what we have. We're going to clear this out. I was not sure if we were going to take the time to deviate so much, but pikemen, veteran pikemen versus iron golems, that's a nice roll. That's a really nice roll. We will take it. I am going to get the Stonehenge now, though. It's going to bankrupt me down to 100 gold remaining. Going to pick up this ore mine so we can get our statue as soon as possible, so Law Maliciousness can know that we appreciate them and they're good vibes in reminding us to take what's most important. And then, yeah, I think that we definitely defeat you. What? Well, we're going to use our magic arrow and it's going to go fine. Law Maliciousness does need to go, though. So thank you for the short time I was able to spend with you on this Friday. You're probably already gone, but I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, and we will catch you on the flip side, Law Maliciousness. Thanks for the time. Boyster says that was stressful, but my new 3D printer is assembled. Oh, congratulations. Just need to check to see if it works. Yeah, very good. I'm glad to hear that you're kind of getting into that new sort of hobby. I really like the idea of being able to use those 3D printers. It just seems like they're really fun. And if you can find some fun stuff to do with them, I think you're having a real nice time. That's bad. I don't like to see the steel golems run faster than I would prefer. Good morale's not actually appreciated here. And it's very worth noting that 50% of elemental spells, the damage is ignored. A magic arrow is not an elemental spell. It's just not. Oh, you know what I can do? We're going to wait one more turn. Yeah, we're going to wait until these forces are right on top of us. I'm going to check this out real quick. And kill one here. I think that the sprites can all do their damage. I'm going to start putting damage down over here. And then let's just see. Yeah, 11 to 22. This is fine. Yeah, we'll take out this one steel golem. No losses there. Oh, I meant to do a magic arrow and I forgot. Whoops, my bad. Down to some smaller stacks here. I wonder if I can actually do it like this. I'm going to put one sprite over here. Maybe this is me playing dangerously. Maybe this is a problem, but I'm hoping one will go back. They do not. Okay. We're going to magic arrow one more time because this guy is 2 spaces away. 13 over to this. Perfect. Good, good. And we skip, move. And then it's time for us to envelop these enemies, folks. There's about, call it 66 hit points worth of golem here. We're going to do 11 to 22 at a time. That's 19, that's 20. and then they're going to get one hit off. It's going to cost us 3 sprites, but that fight goes marvelously with minimal losses and minimal forces. I'm very happy for that fight. Did we ever pick up Steel Skin? I think that we need to go grab that real quick. We'll be very sad if we don't, and like especially if we need it later. So let's go pick that up now. And then we are waiting for other things. We are waiting for other things, but what? We got so much wood, that shouldn't be a problem. You're gonna want to get these elves. We're gonna want the elves at some point, so I feel safe in picking this up now. And then that's gonna take us on to day 4. But yeah, 3D printers are really fun, and I really like the different things you can do with them. My brother is a big gamer, and he likes tabletop games. My whole family does. My dad enjoys them, my brother enjoys them, and they play TI, which is like Tiberian Sun. Twilight Imperium is the board game they like to play, which has a huge following. It's a big game, and it's a huge box set sort of a game, and they can spend days playing this game. And so my brother has 3D printed some new sort of like a mesh that you can put under the table of the board game, and then the board game sits atop of it, and all the little player placards and pieces, they have a place on this mesh that you can stick on the table. So then if you want to move the entire box set game somewhere else, you can. It's a genius sort of strategy, and it's the sort of thing that highlights the fact that if you give people the opportunity to do cool stuff, they will take advantage of it. And they will do cool stuff if you can give them the opportunity to do so. My brother has taken the opportunity, he saw an opportunity, and now he's basically prefabbed his own new way of dealing with this fun game. So I hope that you're enjoying your 3D printer, Boreaster. I hope it's going very, very well for you. And when in doubt, let's just hope that you don't come up with something so special that somebody wants to steal it from you. I'm just kidding. I hope people try and steal it from you, and I hope that you prevent them from stealing it from you. Ha, that's what I actually hope for you. Okay, folks, we got to go with Troyan first. I've made this movement to this point. There's 2 treasure chests here. I need to get lucky. 4 gems, 1,500 gold, 2,000 gold. That was great. 7,700 gold. That affords me the opportunity to pick up a 3rd hero. So number 1, that's going to be an additional 12 sprites that goes on my main force. Okay, I'm good for that. And then as we've seen, I've already sort of sent Gem in this direction. Ooh, maybe with 13 spell points, that was a mistake. Maybe that was a mistake. No, I think that we need to get up further. We talked about how that's really, really important. I don't remember if there's a magic well somewhere, but let's start to accrue additional spell points very, very slowly. Let's keep working with this magic arrow, 40 points of damage at a time. It's not bad. And then let's send whatever forces we can with her. Let's focus on the most important troops first. It's day 5. I can make this upgrade into the fenced meadow. Let's do that. And that's going to be some quality troops. That'll help you deal with unicorns, or excuse me, that'll help you deal with gargoyles a little bit better. There's no other forces here. I am going to take the druids now. We're not going to wait for the upgrade. This bankrupts us. This puts us down to nothing. But again, all these forces go over. Split, split, split. And maybe even I split the unicorns like so. And then Gem fights this fight. Okay. On to the next thing. 52? You're telling me I'm going to lose 50 freaking 2 sprites? It's a good thing we got a steel skin. This never melting icicle is always there, just saying. Yes, so the never melting icicle is always there, and the lightning rod is always there. So you're meant to have some advantages. You are meant to have some advantages. The problem is that you know, you run into issues where as many times as you restart, you still may not get the lightning bolt or the Coldray. And if that's the case, you're just having a real bad time, folks. Do you think that the steel skin helped? Jeez, the losses are tremendous. Let's hope that we can just survive this a little bit longer. Okay, let's focus on whatever creatures we can. Let's see, I can kill 1 gargoyle for sure. I'm just gonna kill the 1 gargoyle for sure. That's gonna prevent 1 extra weird retaliation I don't really want. This stack of 4 is gonna go first. Let's kill 1 to 3. We kill 2. We retaliate there, no problems. Okay, so this stack is already gone. Let's kill here. Didn't kill 2. Did okay though. We'll kill 1 there. No, I think that the druids are gonna do that amount of damage. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's try and make sure that we don't waste our damage somehow. We can kill 2. It's highly unlikely. Let's give it a shot. Nice. Hey, that's a big moment there. I suppose I could have dropped a magic arrow. Maybe I should have. It's a little late. It's a little late, but it'll still save some sprites. Okay. Wish I'd done that a little bit differently. Okay. Okay, but 38 sprites, that's less than we lost before, and this is not great. +1 spell power, we really liked having the logistics last time. This time with the navigation of the wisdom, I think we take the wisdom. If there was some way you could actually get a boat and cross the water in this scenario, that would be really cool, really nifty. I don't think it's that likely. I don't think that you're ever going to see that really ever happen. So, bit of a sad thing there. But we do have 3 heroes, and we got a little bit of a hero chain. We've been lucky on the gold from the treasure chests. We've been okay with our spells. This is okay. This is not great, but we're doing much better than we were the first time. It's day 6. We can get the statue. I think we do it. I think we make that investment. That's 1,200 gold less troops we're going to have. That's going to give us an extra 500 gold. Basically, it costs us... It'll cost us 750 gold by day 1, and day 1 is when we need forces. I think I'm okay with that. I'm okay to drop 750 gold less, so that way we get to increase our gold output for the long term. Okay, and so we'll see about this. We got Gem as our main. Troyan is definitely going to be able to reach there next time, probably right up to about there. With sprites, 4-speed sprites, yeah, maybe to right about there. Maybe not. And then Gem, let's have her pick up the temple, because you never know when you're going to get attacked. Crystal. And we're probably going to go for this observation tower first, so that way we can see what our enemies are doing and what sort of threat that they pose. On to the new week. Well, I suppose it's not the new week. I suppose just a new day. This enemy saw us and they didn't want to do anything about it. Who are you? Carlon. This is an opportunity for experience. If we win, this is an opportunity for experience. I don't know if we can expect spells from them, but several of the orcs as their range damage plus the pack of sprites, I think we fight, and I think that we obliterate them actually, because we're still going to have at least 2 magic arrows. So that's going to be 80 additional points of damage. Yeah, we're going to fight this fight. Roman says, anyway, either you will win or it will be a great advertisement of Fix Fox. And it will be a great advertisement, or you lose, and that is great advertisement to the F-Heroes team. I love the new AI, but it makes live harder. It does make our lives harder, but it feels... I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. I'm perfectly fine with struggling. The struggle does not bother me. The struggle makes me feel like I'm actually playing something that's worthwhile, and that feels okay to me. Folks, we're going to do pretty good. We killed 5 of the orcs with the magic arrow. 4 of the orcs with the magic arrow, and then we took out most of the sprites, and then we just got good morale on our elves. It's a 2 spell power, 3 knowledge hero, no attack, no defense. My 20 sprites are going to get to go before their sprites. I'm probably going to send my sprites here to attack the goblins at this point, because 20 sprites kill there pretty well. Druids kill here, we kill here, sprites kill here, dwarves are too far away. Yeah, I think we're going to do it like this. This is a huge waste of damage. 4 defense versus 5 attack. I'm going to do it this way. This is a huge waste of damage, but we're going to be grateful that we have the opportunity to come through this fight with good morale and some additional spells. Magic arrow, if it hits in the moment, that'll kill 2 of these dwarves. We're going to see about that in just a second. Oh, the goblins are going to go before my sprites. That's actually really good, because then I think that the unicorn can actually kill most of the stack, if not the whole stack. Let's actually kill here. 1 to 3. And kill 2. Bless on the dwarves. I don't care. That doesn't hurt my feelings at all. We'll deal with these 2 orcs. We're going to get out of this fight with no losses. Can I keep the enemy from running is kind of my new thing, and I think the answer is going to be yes. We do have 1 more spell to go. If I pour damage onto the dwarves, 8 to 12, 1, 2, I kill here. I kill here. Sprites are going to get their turn for sure. And the AI just didn't really practice a lot of self-preservation in that fight. The magic arrow was not needed. That's actually a big deal because that's 712 experience that we weren't going to get otherwise. And even though there was no artifacts associated with that, we've cleared out an enemy. We've kind of secured this area a little bit more than we had otherwise. We're going to get this observation tower. If we need to pull back for the griffins, we will. It's day 7. Already, we are in a much better position than we were before. Much better position than we were before. Let's see how far we can actually go up. I want to make sure that this hero chain works perfectly. Right about to there. Okay. Unless, do I have any 5-speed creatures here? I do not. I don't think I'm going to upgrade the cottage. That's too much of a cost. I think that there's plenty of other things to purchase here. We're going to wait. We're going to hope we don't get attacked, and let's see where this goes. Folks, new week. Astrologers proclaim this to be the week of the lizard. All dwellings increase in populations. H. Brock, you're back in the chat. Welcome to have you here. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we did restart the map. We'll play through this playthrough, and then if we have to restart one more time, we will. And after the 3rd attempt, then I'll go to a normal scenario here in Heroes of Might and Magic 2, just so we can have a nice normal stream. I'm really trying to examine this so that way, again, people who maybe have seen me play these campaigns on previous patches, not on patch 1.1.8, they can see, hey, Fix Fox, I'm struggling just as much as you are. The AI is just that good. Don't feel bad that you're having a tough time with Price of Loyalty 2 and Price of Loyalty 7. But all the same, if I can beat the map, I want to. Pride makes me want to try and beat this map if I can. But maybe we see some new opportunities. Maybe there's an angle that we find that maybe you haven't seen before. And then maybe that helps other people do very, very well. That's kind of my hope. That's one of the things I hope for. Okay. We needed to get this alchemist lab. Well, needed's maybe a strong word, but it's nice to have. It's a precious resource. So now we're going to have gold, or we'll pick up wood in a little while. And then we have Greywind, we have Hampshire, we have Lord Kilburn, who's a nobody. And we have the ability to hero chain. Ariel's going to be able to get up to right about there. Right about there. So let's make our purchases now. There's no need to wait. We do this, we do this, we do this, and we are out of gold. 150 gold remains. It's going to be 3 more sprites. We're going to leave the dwarves. That's actually a good question. Do we leave the dwarves? I think that we take the dwarves, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go on our main army, because she's going to get to here, and then the dwarves are going to slow her down. She's going to get to at least there. I kind of want to come back and facilitate this trade and then go through the griffins with my main hero. And I think that that is going to be pretty good for me. So having the 6 dwarves up towards the front is going to be pretty useful. Just in case we need some additional forces, 6 dwarves in this scenario might actually be the difference between a win and a loss. Crazy though it may sound, that might be the difference between a win and a loss. We have no gold, we have nothing to our name. We are suffering, not from success, we are suffering from our lack of resources. Hero Chain is going to go back and be ready to go, locked and loaded. Gem is going to hit to here, and again, we're going to save dwarves. Dwarves are not going to go into this army, but it's going to be 9 of the Grand Elves, a couple of these Druids. Let's split these unicorns. They're a good creature. 2 hexes, that's going to help us fight these griffins. And I don't think that Gem is going to actually stick around to pick all this up. I think it's going to be Ariel's job to grab what she can and then head back up in this direction. Is the experience useful? The experience might be useful. We are so close to a new level. If you get 1500 experience, that's 2 levels, I think. 1000, not bad. But we're gonna take the luck, +1 spell power, very, very nice. So glad it's that and not the knowledge. And then we're gonna make sure that we get this artifact back over to Gem in just a moment. But happy to pick up the +1 level. And now again, we are only 200-300 experience points away from a new level. I don't hate this. That took us a little bit out of our way, but I think that we might still be able to hit this timing in a really, really nice way. We're going to wait with Troyan for 1 more day. Aha, and there we see red. Not 1, but 2, not 3 heroes, maybe even a 4th there. It's going to be Tsabu with trolls. It's going to be Ruby with up to pikemen and the archers. Only several, though. That's not too bad. I can handle that. Oh, there's a phoenix. You're kidding me. Folks, through a clearing, you observe an ancient artifact. Unfortunately, it's guarded by a nearby phoenix. Do you want to fight the phoenix for the artifact? I do not. Not with these 6 dwarves. But it doesn't hurt us that bad for this reason. We don't have lightning bolt just yet anyway. So what's the point? Still, I'm a little bit distraught at that. Just the fact that we lost an opportunity does feel pretty bad. Okay, you can go for the knights or you can go for the barbarians. I think that this barbarian castle up here has got trolls. I think we ought to go in that direction. I think that we ignore everything else. I think we go and pick up the best barbarian castle and use that to the best of our abilities. I think that we've got enough gold now that we go for this upgraded cottage. And maybe that's the reason why keeping the dwarves behind actually would have been useful to upgrade them. Then again, it's double the cost. It's 100 gold per dwarf. I didn't really have 600 gold to upgrade anyway. But let's make all these purchases. It's going to be 1 grand elf, 10 of the dwarves, and 4 of the sprites. And we're going to send it. Send it up to help. Boyer says, oh, 3D printing was one of my biggest tasks in the first job I had. Cool. Wait, what job did you have where 3D printing was the thing? That's cool. But one of your biggest tasks, since then I always wanted to have one, and as I found a new job, what a better time than to get one. Sweet. I love that. Yeah, they're really fun for hobbycraft, and I mean, you can do tons of stuff with them. So hopefully you're enjoying yourself an awful lot, because I think that I would be enjoying myself. There's just so much you can do with it. So much you can do with it. I've got reinforcements coming. 10 battle doors actually might help a lot. Tell you what, I really wish I had more spell points. 5 days ago, the choice to go here and not stay in Pixie, it's kind of a big deal. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to right about here. With the 2-speed ogres, I don't think you can reach me. And then we're going to play some Ring Around the Rosie. I just need to get by Tsabu. And if I can get by Tsabu with my 4-speed and higher creatures, I think I'm going to be in a position where I can actually leave him in the dust. If he goes this way, we'll go this way. If he goes this way, we'll go this way. It's not a lot of terrain, but I think we can play with terrain here just a little bit. Let's see if we can make this work. Let's see. And let's make sure that we have right about here. Troyan's going to stop there. He should not be able to reach us. Interesting. Can you feel the tension? Goes to the north. Okay. And then I think, let's see, 1 hero here. Let's do a swap. Swap here and send him over. Yeah, we'll keep, no, we'll keep the sprite. Let's have Gem go in this direction. If we go to right about here, I don't think he can reach if we go here, but I also want to make sure that from here I can get through. I got to get past him. It's day 5, so we can't do this forever. Maybe I sacrifice Ariel. If I put Ariel right here, will he go for Ariel, and then that'll give me the opening I need? A human player would not be distracted by a worse hero, but maybe the AI will. And if they do, that might be just enough movement points to give us the opening we need. They went from like here to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then it looks like I can follow the river up or here to there. I'm going to do this. I've got these additional troops. I think that these additional troops might make it so I can maybe hold on for a victory anyway. I'm going to have to hope that these 2-speed creatures are really slowing down Tsabu. And I'm going to hope that even if I just send Ariel to right there, that might be enough to encourage Tsabu to make an error. I'll pick up the sawmill. We'll head back as soon as we can with these 2-speed dwarves. There's no need for another hero at this current moment. And then I think it all depends on what Tsabu wants to do. All right, Tsabu. Perfect. That is exactly what I needed. That is exactly what I wanted. And this is going to give us an opportunity to take a look at Tsabu. Let's see. 8 of the trolls. That's way too many. 39 of these orcs. That's better than it was before. We do have the magic arrow for 20 points of damage, folks. I think that we're just going to kill, what, 2 orcs. Every 2 orcs does help. We're going to retreat so that there's no additional experience that goes down, and the cowardly aerial flees. But look, we've got our spacing. This is what I needed. This was the break I needed. Oh no. Agar. Maybe I can even beat Agar though. Maybe. I didn't realize that this was a gap in the trees, but it is. So that means I feel like I have to go in this direction and then use the road to go north. I don't know. He only went from like what, here to there to there. I think he's so slow. I think we're just gonna blitz north. I think we're gonna blitz north. Stay a little bit away from Agar. I hope that this is just enough distance so we can stay alive. We're gonna head back south. Don't reach, don't reach, don't reach. He does not reach. We've gotten past our foe. It's day 7. We got to pick up a castle before the new week. We're going to be close, and we're going to have 3 spell magic arrows instead of 2. Got to take a castle. Got to take a castle. Trajan is back. And maybe, I don't know, 9,000 gold. Tell you what, let's actually purchase Ariel the Sorceress back. And then let's make sure that we give her a fast troop, so that way the troops can mosey on their way. 4 speed, never mind, that's about as fast as it can go. Okay. 6,500 gold, and then we're going to have another bit of reinforcements come up. Ideally, what I've done in the past, I had like 3 or 4 heroes doing this hero chain. We didn't do it nearly so well this time as we have in the past, but that's a potential strategy that could work for us. And remember, we are picking this castle rather than... We're picking this castle to the north instead of this one because we think that there's trolls up here, but not trolls over here. So there's no question about what we're going to do. Even if I was to purchase the Thieves Guild, that would just be a waste of gold because I'm going to attack this anyway. This is what this whole scenario has been building towards. Getting a foothold is very critically important. And if we can't win this fight, we just lose. Okay, the AI says we're going to win. These forces look fine. Not to mention we have a couple of magic arrows that should get us out of this fight just a little bit quicker. Folks, we might have done it. Boreaster says, I was a technical assistant, basically printing prototypes of new vents made by engineers, assembling them and testing them. That sounds really interesting. And it seems like it's a nice mix between a profession where you are like thinking and working with your hands. If you're just in front of a computer and doing spreadsheets, that doesn't sound interesting. That sounds like you're going to hit burnout eventually. But if you're able to do that thinking job, and you're able to use your hands and be out there and test these materials, I feel like that's probably pretty good. I don't know how you feel about it. You'd have to let me know. But yeah, it sounds like it was fun job, a good job. Of all these things to work on, ranged damage is going to have to go on the dwarves. We want to kill full stacks where we can. I can't kill 1 full stack of these archers, so I'm not going to try. We're going to be able to do 12 to 18. Shoot, I think you actually want to just kill these. You got the sprites coming up. Well, sprites can attack here, and then they're going to kill 1 stack and then retaliate off the other stack. I do want to kill... There might be some retaliations with these goblins in the future. So let's actually still focus on these archers, because if I can get these archers down to 6, then the lightning bolt can kill them, which would be really nice. And then, yeah, I think that the sprites are going to clear out both of these troops in just a second. 2 to 4. Yeah, that should be enough. Kill 5. Okay, and the goblins actually want to go out and play. That's kind of nifty. Let's stick with the strategy. Let's kill 1 to 2. Oh boy, I hope I can kill 2. Not quite. Ouch. That is going to put me behind a little bit more than I wished that I would be, because that's going to be tougher to kill here. But then again, there's now enough damage, I think. Let's see, 60 points here. Good. A little bit of damage here. Good. And we end up taking 1 round of tower shots. That was 1 unicorn, 8 of the sprites. It's amazing what some extra magic arrows can do for you. But 1,200 experience. And we've talked about how valuable the experience is here. And folks, basic archery. Now we don't do reduced damage over these walls. We are absolutely taking this archery. and we're here to see what we have, folks. I think that there's no question we need spell points. We have 40 available to us. I think that we attack Croto. I think we're going to have just enough movement points, 750, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then some. I think that we attack. I think we get back. We're going to purchase the Mageguild here. Pack in several. Don't get too hasty. We have one magic arrow remaining. Yeah, we fight, we win. Magic arrow is going to make this even better. And then we're going to end up taking out this yellow hero, which is going to be, again, useful for us. Can we kill this whole stack? 5 to 8? We should be able to. Let's give it a shot. 5 to 8. 6 in there, down to 3. Not that good, not that good. Magic arrow is doing 70 points of damage. It's going to kill 6 of the orcs. That seems obvious to me. And so then, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to just wipe these enemies in one turn. But, you know, unless we get good morale twice, there and there, nah. It's going to cost us the sprites. Maybe if I hadn't been so aggressive, maybe the enemy wouldn't have Coldray just like that. But I think it's tough to hope for that sort of a deal. Sometimes I try and play around with the enemy, being like, hey, maybe you don't want to attack me. Maybe you're not going to do full damage to me. That was one of those times where it's like, yeah, maybe I could have done something, but ultimately it looks like just no. There's no way I could have made that go better is what I'm trying to say. Gem does gain +1 level for knowledge. Mysticism or the expert wisdom. I believe that mysticism is actually better here than the wisdom. I doubt we're going to get 5th level spells. If we find 5th level spells later, I'm going to be very upset that I didn't take this though. Because we've now cleared stage 1, which is get a foothold. Stage 2 is figure out how you can slip by yellow's main forces and then take a castle. Take a yellow castle with dragons. I don't know. Tough to say. I'm going to take the mysticism now because getting to the next stage is no guarantee. So we're going to take what we can get now. Pick up our Mageguild. We're going to leave here tomorrow with full spell points. We picked up a slow, which is actually a really good spell, and we're going to leave here with War Trolls, Ogre Lords, Wolves, Orc Chiefs, and Goblins. That could not have gone any better. All right, folks, we're in the driver's seat. We're where we need to be. We just need to defend. Do we need to pick up these troops now, or should we ferry our troops to the front? Are we in danger of being attacked right now? I don't think we are. Tsabu went south. Yeah, Tsabu went south. I think we're fine. We may want to defeat all these heroes, though. We're as tough as we're going to be. Tomorrow, we're going to hire another hero to go explore for us. But for now, let's bring the most important troops to the front. That's just the elves, the druids, and then you do want some flying creatures. The sprites, we just lost all of our sprites. You want to bring the sprites up to the front so that way they can be effective for you, because the barbarians and the knights, they don't have any flyers, so the sprites are actually a really critically good unit. Very critically good. All right, and then Troyan is going to head north. Go, my dear. Go, 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 go. And these 10 dwarves are just hanging around. Just hanging around. Sweet. Roman says, okay, I've never been that far on hard. 2 barbarians captured was my best achievement on normal. This seems okay so far. I think that this is okay so far. It's month 1, week 3, day 1. It's okay. I do recall in my victory, I think that I got Hampshire on day 1 of week 2. So I feel like I'm a week behind. But so far, we haven't seen crazy yellow forces. And what we did here is, I think, what you have to do in this scenario. You have to play around with this terrain, and you have to get the enemies to go one way, and then you go around them. You skirt around them until you can eventually steal a yellow castle. I feel like that's what you have to do. We're hopefully going to get the opportunity to showcase that in this playthrough. But eventually, if yellow comes through with tons of hydras and tons of dragons, it's going to be all for naught, and that's okay. Clayman's in the chat. Hello, Clayman. Hello, Fix. Hello, everyone. Nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. It's a pleasure to see you. Hope you're doing very, very well. We're having some fun here in this scary scenario. I say fun. I'm having fun. You will all have to tell me if you think that this is fun, but I think that I'm having some fun here. I mean, we got a trading post. That could be useful. That could be interesting. We'll consider this later. We're out of gold. I just decided to pick up the 5 war trolls rather than pick up another hero here. I don't think that yellow, who just went in this direction, I don't think that they have another hero sitting right there. I'm going to leave. I'm going to assume that we are never going to be tougher. We got full spell points, 50 spell points. 70 points of magic arrow damage at a time. We're going to go take this other castle tomorrow, first thing tomorrow, and then we're going to kind of consolidate our forces from there and see where things go. We're going to go back to Pixie, back to here. Oh, really? No way. Have I made an error? This is a lot of troops. It's a good thing we picked up the war trolls when we did. That's for sure. All right, folks. So we are dealing with Tsabu, the barbarian. 4 attack, 1 defense, 1 spell power, 1 knowledge. This is actually one of those times where having a blind could be very, very useful, because if you have a blind, you can shut down 1 full stack, and I'm guessing he's not going to be able to do a disrupting cure or a dispel. This would be a time where that could be an opportunity that maybe we missed out on. Still, 7 spell power, 5 knowledge. The longer this fight goes, the better it's going to be for us, I do believe. We've got tons of opportunities of places where we can do damage, but ultimately it's going to come down to keeping our fast troops alive and dealing with this damage wherever we can. Oh, Boris also said, by the way, basically, yeah, now I'm going to be in front of the screen all the time. As the CAD designer, designing clear orthodontical aligners, I need to have your inner MacGyver vent. I hope that your inner MacGyver is up to the challenge. That sounds pretty fantastic. So good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see, 70 points of damage. We can kill. What? Oh, Orc Chieftains. When you upgrade from Orcs to Orc Chieftains, that's an extra 5 hit points per. That actually is kind of meaningful there. For a second, I thought that my magic arrow just did half damage. No, it's fine. We're going to get to go all of my troops next. I'm going to hope that the unicorns and the dwarves can deal with these wolves. I'm going to pour damage onto these war trolls just for this first round, and then the next round, I'm going to start working on these orc chiefs. Down to 5 trolls. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe my druids are actually going to attack the orc chiefs. I don't know. Please get a blind. Please get a blind. Please get a blind. Rats. That's okay. We did our best. 31 HP here. We can do 53 to 69 damage. Gonna kill another war troll. And then with my highest attack skill creature, maybe not highest attack skill, but with the druids, let's see if we can kill 2 more of these trolls. We should be able to. And we do. Perfect. So we're going to end up taking tons of damage from these orc chieftains. They're now bloodlusted, so they're doing tons of extra damage. I don't love that, but I can't stop it. Good luck from the battledores. We bring that stack down to 13 of the wolves. They're going to be a terrible fighting force. Oh my goodness. Orc chiefs just did 225 points of damage. You did 225 points of damage. What? I'm like rubbing my eyes. I can't believe it. 225 points of damage? You've only got 4 attack skill. I know I have 0 defense, but really? Oh my goodness. Oh my word. That's too many. It's too many. Because you have to focus here and then you want to focus there. And now I've got these war trolls. I don't want the war trolls to just die for nothing. That's too much. How many of these can I kill? I can kill another 4 here. Or I can kill 4 here. 10 attack, 10 attack. 3 to 4 damage, 3 to 5 damage. I mean, you're best off killing wolves here, unfortunately. Oh my word. If you can guarantee that I can kill all these goblins here, then I'll do that, so that way I can get into these orc chieftains, but I think that 225 points of damage from these orc chieftains is too much. Oh, it's too much. It's too much. Well, might as well do damage where you can. Yep, and the AI is recognized. Oh, no, we're fine. My range damage is far superior to your range damage. Yeah, 4 unicorns just goes down. Talk about shooting a man's horse. Whop. Just flattened. Okay, so we're gonna see what we can do to make this fight go better. We're gonna try and use the autosave. I can't believe I was so terribly unprepared for this fight. But I was terribly unprepared for this fight. Yeah, that's so many Orc Chieftains. Maybe what you really hope for. Let's see. Maybe what you hope for is that you can, I don't know, wait for an extra week. No, I don't think you can wait for an extra week. I think that Magic Arrow has gotten us to this point, but I don't think it can get us to the next stage. I don't think it can get us to the next stage. Huh. So it's 2,500 gold here. By the way, if we loaded the autosave, it would just reload to that point. We don't have enough resources to trade to just surrender everybody. We don't have diplomacy or anything like that. So I think that the autosave is going to take us to right here. We're going to get attacked one way or the other. And I don't think I can make that fight go any better. So I think that we just kind of have to fight from this point and just try and survive. But maybe we can survive in these castle walls, left turret, right turret, and a moat. I mean, that's our best chance. There's ogres here, which are quality troops. We're going to have a castle, assuming Tsabu does not have archery. We're still going to be in an okay spot there. Level 2 Mage Guild's a little too far away. +1 gems. We could trade for +1 gems, and this could be our level 2 Mage Guild in the future. But for now, everything has to be pumped into troops. Let's see. We do have 2 marketplaces. 4. Do not trade below 4. Trade up to 4 so that we can get everything else. Phoenixes are a pipe dream. Absolute pipe dream. Let's trade to here. Trade to here. Okay. And so with 2,100 gold, I mean, I think that you just want your best unit, which is these Ogre Lords. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. What I can do, though, I might be able to mess around with these sprites. So 4 speed sprites, 3 speed Orc Chieftains. I can always plug the sprites in right when it's the Orc Chieftain's turn to fight. So actually removing so many of those War Trolls is actually pretty useful. And so if we do it like this, then that'll be at least two rounds of combat that can prevent the orcs from getting full damage onto the Ogre Lords. Our back is up against the wall, but I think that this is not the worst. This is, funny enough, not the worst position I've ever been in my life playing Heroes. But don't get me wrong, it's not good. But I've had worse. I've had worse. Magic Garden, if we can get 5 gems, that's going to be useful. Let's go into this position. If Tsabu comes back to take Troyan, so be it. That's just going to mean that we get to survive a little bit longer. But if we can get this Magic Garden, if that's 5 gems, and if this is our level 2 Mage Guild, and that's going to give us the Coldray, then we'll be in a good spot. Okay, on to the new thing. Let's see, and then Clayman is saying, yeah, I'm having a chill before gaming tonight. I have bought 2 expansions for Hearts of Irons 4 cheaply, and they won't play themselves. I love that. Yep, I love that you have a good plan for yourself, and you're saying, oh, I'm going to have a nice evening. Don't worry, it's going to be a nice evening. So it sounds like you've already played Hearts of Iron 4 before, and now this expansion, you're trying to do, you're trying to enjoy it a little bit more. I like the sound of this. This sounds great. Gemmer, by the way, says maybe the resupply from Troyan would have been decisive in that fight. I think you're right. Absolutely. 100% correct. But I also think that when we were talking about the damage, we saw the whole stack of Orc Chieftains was doing 225 points of damage. How many Druids is that? 225 points of damage worth of Druids? That's 4, 8... that's 9 druids. So they were going to kill 9 druids at a time anyway. That would have meant that the druids stuck around for an extra 2 rounds of combat. It means the unicorns would have stuck around for an extra round of combat. Would that have been enough? It would have made the fight go much better. That's for darn sure. I completely agree with you there. And so, yeah, we were hasty. We said, okay, we got the advantage. Let's push. And then we just get overwhelmed by this huge stack of the Orc Chieftains. And still, my hope is that they attack me in this castle. If they attack me in the castle, I think I've got a chance. Let's hope for the best. Okay, reds come in this direction, and they actually do peel off to try and deal with Aerial. I don't really love that. Do not love that. Hope you pull it off. We will see. At this point, it depends on how far Tsabu chases me. We know that from here to here, we are 2 days away from Hampshire. Although, hold on, are we? If I can get a hero to here. So he went from what, here to there? If I can get a hero there, I think it makes sense to back Troyan. It was Troyan. Let's back Troyan off. There's no need to lose these troops. And if I can just get 1 gem traded for. Let's do it like this. Let's get Agar. He's going to have the scouting. That's going to be kind of useful. We're going to leave everything but the 1 gargoyle behind. He's actually going to see. He can't reach there just yet. But I want him to scout for me. And I want him to get on this trading post. I want to make sure that there's no enemies over here that are unaccounted for and that just ruin my day. And if Agar actually does this, picks up the dwarves, I should have done this before, because they're 2 speed, I really don't want Jim to have them, and I drop them back off in here. Then I can make sure that she can get to here and get back. That's going to be +1 defense. It's actually going to be 10% bonus damage, reduced, or less. We're just going to sit right here, too far away from anybody as far as we're aware, and then we can either do the Magic Garden or the Trading Post. Gem goes and picks up this +1 defense. Should make it back in time. Should not be in danger. Let's leave slowest troops in just in case we need to split. If it's 500 gold, you're very, very sad. If it's 5 gems, you feel like a genius because we need the 1 gem to get to the level 2 Mage Guild. Okay, red backs off, but they're going around. They're rushing towards Agar. Okay. Okay, I'm okay with this. In this case, Clayman says, in this case, might heroes may be a better idea because they're stat bonuses, or at least worth considering the knight to make your units tankier. Would a knight-based hero? At this point, it's a little too late. I mean, unless we have a really quality hero just waiting for us, like a level 3 or level 4 hero. I think it's a little too late at this point, but maybe in the beginning you're saying if we get a knight or we get a barbarian, I can see that being useful. I can see that really, really being useful. Okay, here's what I'm going to do, folks. We are going to be so gambling here with a caveat. I'm gambling, but with a caveat. If I can get the Magic Garden, Fix Fox looks like a genius. If I do not get the Magic Garden for the 5 gems, then I still hire a second hero, and I see if I can trade at the trading post. No, I won't be able to trade at the trading post, will I? There's just not going to be enough resources. Even if I go to the trading post right now with 3... Do I not have a marketplace here? Oh my gosh. Sick to my stomach. Okay, that explains why my trading's been so poor. See, 10, 7. I still wouldn't have enough to purchase a hero and go trade at the trading post. This is all going to come down to whether or not Agar can get lucky. Is this 500 gold or is this 5 gems? This is very exciting. I'm not going to make you wait any longer to find out. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. That's a real big deal. Massive. Massive. Man, I haven't felt this excited in a long time. Woo! Nice. All right. That feels pretty good to me. Because now, what that means is that we pick up a level 2 Mage Guild. We hope for a really nice spell because we've got tons and tons of... We got 7 spell power. You'd think that a Coldray or a Lightning Bolt with 7 additional spell power isn't going to win this fight. Yeah, buddy. And it's going to be the Coldray because we've already got the Evercold Icicle. I want the enemy to attack me. Oh, I want them to attack me. And to help make sure that they attack me, I'm wondering how I should do this. I want to bait them in. I want to bait Tsabu in. Come get me, Tsabu. Tsabu, come get me. Yeah, come get me. See what happens. See what happens. Let's make sure that we have the best troops here. Okay, so we got 3,600 gold. It seems like a shame to leave anybody behind. I kind of want to do the single stack idea with the sprites. like this, is there best forces to fill up these other 2 slots? I feel like there should be. Stack of the Orc Chiefs. Pretty costly, but that's going to fill one of my slots right there. And then goblins or wolves. I don't think that the wolves are that good. I actually think that you want the gargoyles there. And so what I've learned from, by the way, chat, you're awesome. So we got the barbarian doing his hoot hoot hallelujah moment. Roman says feels like a win. So good, so good. Yep, I appreciate it. What we've learned from Zens is that the way it works with troops that are in the castle versus troops that are here in the garrison versus just in the waiting is that if you're attacked here, it'll go down. So these gargoyles are going to come down. These orc chiefs are going to come down. So I kind of want to do it like this just to make the splits a little bit better. And I think that we're just going to survive based off of the sprites buying me 2 additional rounds and then just going from there. I think we're going to be fine. Come at me, bro. Bro, come at me, bro. Falhagar is going to be, lauded as a hero forever because without him, nothing else would have made sense. But he did a good job, and I'm proud for it. Okay, we're waiting here. Troyan, I don't know. I want to stay a little bit away. I want these other enemies to go up and attack Gem. Let's see it happen, folks. Okay, so Falhagar goes down. He's going to cast the magic arrow 1 time. 1 single time. Where I come from, we call this a boop. That was actually 3. Archers goes down, not too bad. Oh no, how could you? Did he know that I picked up the Mageguild? Is it possible? Is it possible that he knew? I don't like my chances nearly so much not in this castle. He knew. That's all I can say. He must have known. He must have known. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave the 6-speed gargoyles here. I'm not convinced that with the 6-speed gargoyles, let's see, it's day 6. We can wait a day. We can get probably up to like right about here. We could potentially attack Hampshire if we wanted to. We could. If he's defending, I don't like my chances. Maybe that's just the invitation to go and defeat this castle over here. Let's assume that this is not a big hero. Let's leave Lord Kilburn. I don't want them to combine these forces, though. I don't want these several and packs to combine. Can't help it, though. I think you got to wait so you got full movement points. And then on day 7, you take everything you can, you go south. And then I think via the road with 6-speed creatures, we should get at least to right about here. That's too far away. I'll bet that the map makers made sure that you couldn't go the full length in 1 day or in 2 days. It's going to be an additional 200 movement points via road. 75. So 1, 2. One way or the other, I think that we wait 1 more day and then we figure out where we go from here. But I still like my chances. But really, the question is then, all right, what do we do with Troyan? I don't think I want to fight Agar right now. Does he want to fight me? Maybe. I think that once again, we play Ring Around the Rosie. We go to here. If he comes in this direction, then we can figure out what we do from there. But yeah, I don't think we want to fight if we can help it. Our spells for Troyan as a secondary hero are not great. Magic Arrow, 20 points of damage. It's not too good. Not too good. But I do want to try and get this resupply off. And if I can get to here, maybe I can get up to here for a resupply on like a day 7, day 1 sort of a deal. Should I play it safe is the question. What's the point of going in this direction? If we go in this direction, that's just going to drag attention down to me. Maybe I want to drag attention down to me. If I can get Tsabu to come to me, I'll be in a better spot. I think we wait everywhere else. Do I want to purchase another hero to go in this direction? I don't know what's over here, but I feel like there might be something useful. That's 2,500 gold that you don't really want to spend. I'm going to do it like this. I am going to purchase another hero. It's going to be Falhagar again. He's done a good job. He's going to drop off those gargoyles. Boop. With his scouting, he's actually pretty good at that. And here's the reason why the enemy's got so many orcs. They've got 2 watchtowers. There's a little bit of RNG in how many troops you get from one of these watchtowers, but it's sufficient. It's significant. On to a new day. Okay, 1 red hero is going south. Tsabu is going south. Another hero goes into the castle. Castle. Yellow leaves me alone. But they do take the Mercury. So with Tsabu being there, I don't think I can escape. But I definitely don't think that Lord Kilburn can defeat me. If I go to right there, he could probably defeat me. If I can drag Tsabu 1 more day out of the way, I think I can take another castle. Will Lord Kilburn attack, and will he defeat me before Tsabu does? I think that we just saw that Lord Kilburn went first, and then Tsabu came. Let's hope that Agar doesn't want to fight me. Let's just go to right here. Let's hope that Lord Kilburn can't quite reach. And then the Tsabu continues to kind of head south. What does that mean for Gem, though? I don't know. Let's wait for a second. Let's do some other stuff so we can figure out what the best choice is. +1 attack here. Looks like nothing else is there. And we see the path. There's a path that goes up here that leads to the yellow player's terrain, to their domain. We want to make sure that they don't have additional forces come through. Eventually, we're going to want their main force to come out, and then we run behind them and we step on the stone list so that way they can't get to us. But in the meantime, I want an additional week's worth of troops. If I go to right here, I don't think Tsabu can reach from here to there. And if I go to right here, I might be able to reach this castle on day 1. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'd have to go to right here. Can he reach from here to there? I think so because of the road. If I go down this way, he definitely can't reach me there. But I don't think I can go from there. That's, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yeah, there's no way you're going to reach this castle. Oh, he's in just the worst spot. Just the very worst position because you got to go to there. But I think he can reach there. 2-speed ogres. He's got, what, 1,000? Let's see, these are 4-speed creatures, and you got 1,200. Yeah, he's got 1,000 movement points. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He could probably get to right about here. That's so upsetting. Ah. And I can't, like, hide in this alcove. Maybe if I'm off the beaten path, maybe that'd be just enough, but then I don't know if I'd be able to reach. And the reason I'm doing this is this. It's month 1, week 3, day 7. I feel like I gotta take a castle here on day 7. I feel like I have to. I feel like I must. What about this? Hold on. Okay, what about this? What if we are dirty, rotten, bad people, and we do it like this? Hold on, I got an idea. Let's go 5 stacks. Let's go to here. And if you attack me, oh no, I'm so sad. If you don't attack me, I run, but I'm going to get multiple cold rays off on you before you can actually do damage to me. Like at least 2 cold rays. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Yeah. So this kind of does the best of both worlds. It's a strategy so that way I can still do damage. And if I have the opportunity to take this castle next time, I will. But we just have to see what they want to do. So he does reach me. Oh no. But the plan here is not to stick around and stay in this fight. The plan is to attack where you can. And watch this. We're actually going to knock Coldray first, this big stack of Orc Chiefs. We're going to take out this stack of the Trolls. I think the 2 Trolls can kill 1 Gargoyle. But we're going to fly around the map, and we're going to avoid damage until it's too late. The only thing that can hurt us is if we play with morale. He's got good morale. If at the very end he gets good morale at the very worst spot, then we're sunk. Then we're feeling pretty bad. But 210 points of damage. Onto the Trolls, and we just skip. Oh no, you took one out. That's to be expected. Okay, then we start Coldraying. We killed half. Good. I'm gonna move just kind of up in the corners a little bit. Skip. There's that good morale. What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you? Oh, good morale again. Okay. Another Coldray here. Wait, are we gonna win this fight? Hold your horses. Are we gonna win this fight right here? Are we gonna win this fight right here? We're gonna win this fight right here. We're gonna win this fight right here. There's 2 orcs left. 1, 2, 1, 2. I mean, there's still too many hit points there. I still want to fly away to the corners. I still want to stay away. I kind of want to deal with these single stacks of goblins where I can. But I don't know. Can 2 orc chieftains kill 1 full stack? I don't think so. Golly. Okay, and then we're gonna go back where you can't, even with good morale, reach us, and we're just gonna start to blast. Don't do that. That's so scary. Please don't do that. We're gonna just start to blast ogres. We're gonna win this fight. We're not gonna have any spell points for the next fight, but we're gonna get out of this fight. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, that was unexpected, but always appreciated. Nice. Huh. Well, you know what they say, if you can't defeat an enemy, just run away and Coldray them to death. Yeah. That was unexpected and I'm for it. You've had spells this whole time and you didn't use any. Tsabu, you are not a good person. Your troops hate you. It was just a Coldray. Yeah, I don't care. They still hate you. They really, really, really wish that you would have stuck around for just a little bit longer. And I don't think that they're going to run here. And they should. They should, but they're not going to. 1 final magic arrow, and we're going to beat this guy. I wish I could say that I saw that coming. I wish I could say that I recognized how valuable the Coldray was there. Remember, we were going from a place where our magic arrows were doing 70 points of damage. When you do the Coldray, you basically do more than double that. It's 25 spell damage per spell point as opposed to 10 with the magic arrow. So you go 2.5 times the damage, and you double the damage with your cold icicle. Folks, that's an outright win. That's huge. And we pick up the leadership. The only thing that feels bad about this, and I mean this, the only thing that feels bad about this, I don't know if I'm going to have enough spell points to take out this red hero. Crazy, crazy. Titan growth is up by 5. That's unexpected. I don't know what to make of that. We'll see. Vesper wants to deal with us. I have to do something real quick. Where is my Thieves Guild? I have to get a Thieves Guild. I have to know how tough these guys are. What's there? Archers, peasants, goblins. I'm going to hire another hero from here. And Gem is going to have 10 spell points. That's 3 magic arrows to work with. I think we're going to take this fight. So we're going to hire, let's make it Atlas. No, we want the sprites. Sprites are too good of a force. And then the dwarves are actually really good to stay behind as defenders. So we're going to take all these forces. We're going to take Ogre Lords. We're going to take the Orc Chiefs. 1,900 gold left. War Trolls. We're going to save the War Trolls for now. And we're just going to go to here. Natasha's probably going to go down in a second, but I'm fine with everything we've just seen. Huh. Yeah, I wish I could tell you that I planned on this going so well. I didn't. But it's going to be just fine. And then we're going to take our second castle here on month 1, week 4, day 1. Probably does not work out of context, but it feels like a battle you want to share on your series. The series, Roman, thank you so much for saying that. Some of these fights that go really, really excellently. I feel like it's a great fight. It's a really good fight. Yeah, the context does matter though, doesn't it? Huh. I hadn't even considered the possibility of. I wasn't planning on having one of the cooler battles I've ever fought, but it just kind of so happened that this turned into a pretty cool battle. And yeah, I think that you're totally right. It is very highly dependent on the context, and that's everything. The whole scenario comes down to that fight right there. I think 2 attack, 2 defense, 1 spell power, 1 knowledge. Yeah, this is not too bad of a hero. Gem the Sorceress, we just cast one of our Coldrays. I decided not to go with 3 magic arrows. The 1 Coldray is going to be better anyway because you get the 50% bonus damage from your artifact. Nice to see that the Ogre Lords are taking the damage over anybody else. Okay, that's kind of interesting. 1 to 3 of these archers. I'm going to kill 1 to 3 here. Probably focus on these pikemen for the rest of everybody else. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to sit right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to sit right here with these Ogre Lords, so that way I can respond to the north or to the south, depending on where these pikemen go. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can get either direction if they want to. I do want to keep these sprites alive for future fights, so I don't want to attack here or up here. We're just going to back off. I'm going to kill as many of these goblins as I can. 22 to 30, 22 to 29. Yeah, because the Ogre Lords can actually brawl with these forces if I need them to. Are the gargoyles that useful at this point? Let's consider. Is a bless better than anything else here? I don't think so. No, the spell damage is still vastly superior. 70 points of damage right now. I guess I could slow. I could slow the pikemen. Do you want 70 points of damage that'll kill 4, 5, nearly 5 pikemen? Or do you want to just slow them and then deal with them from range? I think I'm okay with the slow. I just don't know if they've got a dispel or something. They probably have a dispel, don't they? I'm gonna do the slow, and so that way the Ogre Lords hopefully can just deal with them. I think that'd be fine. I do want to put the if they're going to be slowed, then I'm going to put the gargoyles up here. Maybe I deal some damage. Ogre Lords defeat all of the goblins. It's time to start pumping damage onto these pikemen. Take 1 step back. 1, 2, 3, 4, still in a good spot. If they haste to counteract the slow, I'm going to be a little bit sad, actually. And I am going to consider one way or the other, the pikemen should be slower, so I should be able to kill these peasants without any issue. Are they going to haste? Are they going to dispel? No, they do a bloodlust. Where'd you do the bloodlust? Back on the pikemen? Oh, you've only got 1 spell power. Oh, so you have to do that. Oh, that's so sad. I mean, I'm really pretty okay with that, but still, so very sad. The slow is going to last forever, 6 more turns. And let's see, sprites are going to help clean up over here. And let's just pump these guys full of arrows. Good morale is possible. They've got great morale here. So I'm probably going to engage with these Ogre Lords just because they're close enough. If the pikemen get the good morale, then they could get into the Orc Chieftains. I don't want that. So, I wasn't sure if I wanted to attack with the sprites or not, but we got out of the fight. 1,600 more experience for the Ogre Lords goes down. And more importantly, folks, pick up the diplomacy. If we need to run in the future, that's a big deal because now the cost to surrender is reduced to 40% of the total cost. That's massive. That's huge. Unfortunately, we're not going to get into Hampshire. I planned this perfectly that we could barely reach, and I should have planned with the knowledge that I would want to get into this Mage Guild on day 1. I didn't. That's a bit of a problem. We're going to be a little bit low on spell points for the next 2 days. And that's going to hurt us in many ways, but okay. We will deal with it. Can Vesper defeat these forces? He can. Let's make sure we spend the rest of this 1,900 gold, even if it's just... let's actually purchase the wolves. 80 hit points worth of creature there versus 100 HP worth of creatures here. Let's do the wolves. And then we're going to split the wolves into multiple stacks. Big stack of dwarves, all these other creatures. Don't have a captain's quarters. I might have wanted to purchase that. That's okay. And then whatever orcs we can pick up, we're going to be happy for. It's going to be 5 orcs, maybe a couple more in just a moment. Probably going to see Natasha go down here. Ariel is hanging steady. And then what to do here with Troyan. I'm going to go pick up this artifact. Oh, wait, hold on. That's the one that's guarded by a phoenix. Can I beat a phoenix? Troyan, can you beat a phoenix? With 20 points of damage at a time. Ugh. I think she can defeat a phoenix. Can he defeat a phoenix? I just don't want Agar to have a really powerful artifact. I don't want his lightning spells to do twice as much damage. There's no guarantee that he has a lightning bolt, but he might. Is it worth all these troops on a maybe? I don't think so. I don't think it's worth it, unfortunately. I wish it was. I don't know. I think that that's a good question, and I think that maybe if I had more time to think about it, I might find a better solution or a better like long-term thought process with it. Yeah, that one's kind of tough. Don't know the answer. Oh, he decides to We're going to find out if he's got a lightning bolt right now. Right now, folks. Oh, he's got a meteor shower. What need do I have for a lightning bolt when there's a meteor shower? Haha. Oh. I think that these forces are gone either way. I don't think it's worth it to surrender. Let's just take out whatever troops we can. 2 to 3. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, might as well just take out our troops. We'll run at the last moment so they don't get the full experience. But unless you've got a spell that can kill both my troops at the same moment, I think we're fine. Another 20 points of damage. We're going to put that down onto here. No more centaurs. As much as possible. And now I'm just going to run. It's fine. Maybe I could kill one more gargoyle or something. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, that's actually a pretty big loss. Natasha's going to be a little bit of a loss too. 8, 14, and 4. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about these enemies coming my way in just a moment or two. We're going to lightning bolt you to death. Do we want to kill 10 of the centaurs or these archers? Let's kill the centaurs. 2-speed archers, let's make sure that they keep those 2-speed archers alive for as long as they can, because they're going to slow them down. That's going to be useful for us. You're heading to my castle like you're going to take it from me, and I don't see how you can possibly fool yourself into thinking that that's a good idea. I'm going to go pick up these forces. It looks like we're just going to end up defending in the castle. That's okay. We just barely ran out of movement points. But let's do it like this, so that way we have 6-speed forces to go out and deal with Vesper in the future. There's Castor with several of these Hydras. We got forces here that we can use to replenish. I'm probably not going to pick up these Ogres because until I can upgrade the Adobe, it's just not going to be very cost effective for me. So we're going to wait because we're going to leave here tomorrow. Let's make sure that we leave here tomorrow with full movement points. So 6-speed creature in the army, that's going to make sure that we have 1,400 tomorrow. It's going to save about 300 movement points. Agar, if he comes south, we're going to have to deal with him with aerial. But in the meantime, just wait. So everybody's waiting. Everybody's waiting. It's fine. We're good. And Red has no castle. No, Red does have that castle to the south. They've got that Knight castle. But they haven't really worked on upgrading it that much. And that feels good to me. I'm happy if they don't upgrade that, actually. They're not going to have many forces that I have to deal with. Look at this. Okay, yellow is... What? A few Hydras, several from Zom. I think that we're going to have to do the same technique that we've done a couple of times, where we just try and lightning bolt people to death. We're going to have to be careful, though, because we know that there's meteor showers available. But I've got the diplomacy, so now I can do hit and run, hit and run. Red can reach this castle. I do want to deal with Vesper. With Falagar, I don't want to have to come back over here to get this ore mine later. Can I leave enough forces here to defend? And also make sure I can defeat this guy. I'm going to assume he's got at least a meteor shower. I don't think it's worth it to maybe lose those forces now that I think about it. So we're getting 4,000 gold a day. Let's just wait. Let's purchase everything we can. Oh, make our upgrades. And then just hold steady. Because this is not a very well-defended castle. We took a lot of those troops on day 1, if you recall. And with those forces gone, we're in a bit of a bind with how do we best move forward. Let's make sure that we... Let's do it like this. The one gargoyle is for adventuring. 6 speed, it won't matter as far as if Falagar wants to leave. But as far as defending, we want these creatures to drop down into the army to defend. Remember, Falagar is really good with the lightning bolt. 75 points of damage, 3 spell power. Excellent. So if we're attacked by Lord Kilburn, we're fine. If Vesper wants to continue to do whatever, we're fine. Do I want to try to use 6-speed creatures in the same way that we saw Falagar do? Can you reach me, Castor? We got 3,200 gold. If we're going to do it, we want to do it right now. If we want to take out some snakes. I want to do it. It's really pretty cheap, I think. 2,500 gold to rehire the hero, and then whatever the cost is to run. We're going to do this one time, and we're going to try and beat these snakes to death. Roman says hit and run strategy seems good. Will be even better off horses. Once horses are replaced by cars. Absolutely. We're on the same page there for sure. Already. Oh no, we lost. If he's got a chain lightning, devastation, heartbreak, but that's what you get when you play with fire, right? We can all agree that if I lose here because I'm being silly, then so be it. It's not great, but these things do happen. They've got 6-speed creatures, not 1, but 2. So we're gonna have to we're gonna survive damage here, survive damage here. So we're gonna lose 3. We may only get 1 round of combat here, actually. Hold on, no, hold on, wait a second. Hold on. Let's assume that he's got the meteor shower. Kills 2, kills 1, kills 1, kills 1. Thankfully, we don't have to run immediately, I don't think. But in the future, we're just going to do this with 1 single gargoyle at a time. Do you want to kill the 2 hydras, or do you want to kill some other creatures? 14 gargoyles is actually a lot. 4 Minotaur Kings is pretty good. Yeah, 2 hydras, it seems like there's a little bit of damage that's just kind of wasted there. Let's actually kill 14 gargoyles. Seems weird. Like, we're here for the hydras, but let's actually do this first. 4 Minotaur Kings, that's a lot. If the enemy wants to use their gargoyles in future fights, the gargoyles are going to fly right into the ogre lords, and then the ogre lords can clean them up. How much damage is wasted here? 45 times 4, that's 120. Four times 4. Wait, do you have... Hold on. Okay. I wasn't sure if the damage was halved. It's not. 210 points of damage. I think I want to kill the gargoyles. And I'm going to do something really dangerous here. I'm going to skip. No spell is cast. I'm going to skip again. I want to see if he casts a spell. Okay, the fact that he actually didn't kill me with 1 full gargoyle is kind of a big deal. Let's skip again. If I can cast 2 spells in this round of combat, I'd like to. And then let's stay away. Let's kind of break in case there's a meteor shower issue. Skip. Wolf goes down. Wolf goes down. And we are going to get to cast 2 spells. I was worried that we were going to be in a position where I was forced to run without casting 2 Coldrays. So I feel really good about this. Actually, in the future, we will still do 5 troops where we can. And I think I want to kill... Actually, 8 griffins. That's a lot of griffins. Let's kill 8 griffins. Let's take out their supporting creatures. We're going to run now. We're going to leave the wolves. Actually, how much is it to retreat with the wolves? 240 gold? I'll accept that. I'll accept that. Rehire today. What happened to my gold? Oh, I had to... Whoops. I need to trade for the gold because somebody forgot that it costs gold to surrender. Whoops. My bad. But... we're going to be ready to go again on the new day, just in case something wild and crazy happens. We'll be ready to go. And let's see how many more times we can do that before the enemy gets upset at us. Okay, let's go on to day 4. Red is giving us space. Yellow's kind of going south. This hero went from here to there, so if we go through, they're going to be able to come back and get us. We're obligated to wait. We're full spell points again, though. And with 2 yellow heroes going south, I kind of want to take the center of the map now, because I think I can beat Zom. I really do. So we're going to take all of our forces right now. And we're going to go, 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 go. I'm going to leave the centaurs. I don't want to deal with the bad morale. Even though we got the good leadership, the leadership is supposed to benefit us. It's not supposed to mitigate the problems that you have from negative morale. We're going to leave gargoyles behind. Yep, we're going to leave gargoyles behind. No, we're going to take them with us because they're going to be our fastest troop. And we're going to go right to the center of the map so that way Thalagar can resupply us if need be. And I'm actually going to see if that brings the yellow forces back towards me. I don't know if they're going to want to continue south. If they want to take Pixie, I will let them, and I'm going to rush. It's time for me to start getting some scouting into this area to figure out where yellow is, because I cannot yet let yellow get... I just cannot let yellow get dragons. Although, I don't know if it's been really fixed where the Warlock faction doesn't pick up dragons as often as they should anymore. There was a time where they used to get dragons immediately because they could trade at a really good clip. I haven't seen if they've done better with making that adjustment or not yet. So I don't know what to think. It looks like those two yellow heroes combined forces. That's bad. Looks like they're going to combine forces again. That's bad. Agar is their primary hero. We know he's got Meteor Shower. I'm just gonna rush. I'm gonna do it this way. We're gonna purchase everybody. At some point, you always want to trade barbarians for these other forces. Like barbarians for warlocks, there's no question which you'd rather have. Right now, we're gonna make this trade, and it's gonna be here, war trolls. Gonna keep the good morale here. 35, 34, 19, 8 of the Ogre Lords, 5 of the War Trolls. This is not a great army. Thalagar is going to defend Croxton because it's going to be the better of the two castles. There's not going to be many forces here that can really defend. We might purchase the Ogres just to slow down our enemies. Gem is going to head up the road, and rather than go south and deal with Grey Wind, I don't care about Knights right now. I do not care about Knights right now. But I know, because I've played this map before, that if I follow this road, eventually I should find some nice forces on the yellow side to deal with. If they get to dragons, we're toast, because spells don't affect dragons. So we have to get there before the dragons. I think I can deal with 1 week's worth of creatures here on Gem. Let's see what happens. Okay. Christina Diamonds, hello, Fix. Hello, everyone. Nice to have you there, Christina. Finally made it. Oh, it's a pleasure to have you here. Welcome, welcome. We are playing Price of Loyalty Scenario 2 right now, and it's a bit of a doozy, but we've gotten a nice little foothold here. We've got to eliminate all opposition in the area, so we have to defeat everybody. But we start off with this one sorceress castle here in the bottom left. We have to make our way up, and you can't really get up to this area before week 2 or week 3. And so then having 1, 2, 3, 4 enemy castles pumping out troops against you, it's pretty tough to deal with. And so we're able to get a little bit of a foothold. Some of these enemies are leaving us alone. Gem is now trying to backdoor and head straight for Yellow's castles. Yellow being Warlocks, who should have dragons and all these nifty, fun people to play with. My hope is that we can survive. I don't know if this is going to be enough forces to win the day, but I'm hoping that Thalagar can at least make the losses here in this castle acceptable for me. If he can hold out for another 2 days, wonderful. If not, I'll be sad, but I will understand the issues. So we're going to purchase everybody here. There's no point in waiting for anybody else. Everybody else just needs to stay put. And then at home, my sorceresses, I just want them to maintain this gold mine. The enemy is only scouted to right about here. So they don't see us. They don't know we're here. We're not going to tell them. We're just going to be real quiet. And we're going to see if maybe we can get up to the red tower later. We're probably not going to be able to. But we'll do our best. Okay, Thalagar's got nothing but a lightning bolt and a dream. 20 spell points. I would actually love +1 knowledge for him. He would do so good with that. Let's see if he can defend. Oop, red wants a piece of me. Yellow wants a piece of me. Yellow definitely wants a piece of me. It's going to last one more turn, but they are going to get to us before day 7. And Yellow has put all their troops onto Agar. I can actually deal with a pack. I can deal with a pack of Hydras. Not here, not now, but in the future I'll be able to. Shrine of the Third Circle, Cold Ring, I'll take it. It's a little bit out of my way, but now having an AoE damaging spell, I feel a little bit better about myself. Day 7, we're gonna get day 7 troops over here. Yeah, we're gonna get an additional week of troops over here. We can't upgrade anything. That's a little bit sad, but we're gonna lose Croxton, but we're gonna have still some forces for the enemy to chew on. We're not gonna be able to get to the Warlock castles before the new week. That's a little bit sad. Can we defeat this hero? This is a knight hero. They are losing tons of archers. It's Lord Kilburn, 2 attack, 3 defense, no spell power as far as I'm aware, no spell ability. We're going to kill, looks like 8 of these archers there, down to 21. I'm going to stay in my castle and let them take damage from my turrets. If we can get out of this fight, I'll at least be happy to know that I killed 1 enemy hero. Oop, there's a hole in the wall. Where I come from, that's bad. We got 1 more lightning bolt and then a couple of magic arrows. Do you want 4 magic arrows, or do you want 1 lightning bolt and then 2? Will it be 2? Then 2 magic arrows? I think I do want the 1 lightning bolt and then the 2 magic arrows. Let's see, 120 points of damage versus 75. Yeah, I think I want the damage this way. I think. And then we'll do magic arrows from here on out. Okay, pikemen are going to need these dwarves to slow them down. Skip, skip, skip. Goblins were staying alive for a little bit longer, not as long as I would have liked. We're not going to get out of this fight, unfortunately. We're going to do the magic arrow over here. We're going to make it costly. And then maybe there's going to be just a few troops left. Maybe we actually run with Agar because he's got these spells. I might want him to be rehired at my sorceress castle and bring those nice quality troops to the north with the lightning bolt. That could actually be really valuable. So I don't want to lose this fight, or rather I want to be able to skip one more time, and I want to be able to, at the very last moment, surrender. It looks like I am going to get that chance, but we're not going to hope for one more round of combat. We're going to take our one more magic arrow. We're going to see where we're going to do the most damage with that. We can kill 3 archers. We can kill 3 of these orcs. We can kill 2 wolves, 1 ogre, or we can kill 2 pikemen. Tell you what, let's just deal with these archers. We're going to surrender. 200 gold is the cost. We will accept that. And then that's going to give us the opportunity to send Agar from the south with sorceress troops to the north, hopefully in a bid to remove some pressure on Gem. Gem is she's on a fool's errand right now, I think. She's going to have to make this work. If she can't find a way to make this work, no one will. Okay, let's have Ariel pick up 13 sprites. Let's have Agar get rehired. He's going to stay in the Mageguild so he can get full spell points. Oops. And I am also going to give him 1 single Grand Elf. Yes, perfect. Perfect. 1 Grand Elf, just so he can be ready to rock and roll as fast as his legs will carry him. And if this looks bad, it feels bad. This does not feel good, folks. We have surrendered our foothold with the barbarians and the knights. Oh, I forgot to purchase new troops. We might abuse the autosave just because I really want to cost the enemy some troops here. This may feel bad, and it kind of feels bad to me, but there may be an opportunity to do something nifty. It all really depends. It all depends. I'm just going to hit Q to end this battle. I've got so much gold that the question's really this. Do you purchase troops there just to keep them away from the enemies? Do you purchase troops here to keep them away from the enemies? I think that dragons are expensive and I might need to trade gold for resources. Yep, that's how I feel about it. So we're going to trundle our way towards this magic lith. We are going to drop off these sprites and then go north. I want to get to this alchemist lab, maybe to the sawmill. Agar's just holding steady. But yeah, does this feel good? Not really. This does not feel good. I'm waiting for Gem to be attacked by somebody up here. Just waiting. Agar is asleep. We got to pick up the +1s where we can, I think. It's day 3. Are we going to be able to get to Standing Stones and beyond? I think so. The nice thing is that there's not somebody right hot on our heels trying to walk back to their main castle. That's probably their main hero right there. Probably coming up the road there right next to the crystal mine. If that's the case, I don't feel too bad about loitering and taking a leisurely pace. But you see, we have 2 castles. Well, we have 1 castle here, Black Vein. We'll see if we can take that, but that's not going to be the main castle I want. The main castle I want is through these stone lifts. That's what I really want. The other castles are just kind of whatever. I want castles I can defend. This castle I can't defend. If there's castles on the other side of these stone lifts, those castles I can park a hero on, and eventually I will overwhelm you with hydras. And if I can do that, and if I can win the scenario in that way, so be it. To get to this point, what tips and tricks have we used? Let's do a quick recap. I'm not saying that we've won the scenario by any means, but let's see what we've done so far just to see what's been effective. We've used hero chaining to try and get troops here from here to there. We have done as much as we can to take castles on day 7 or day 1. We have used hit and run tactics where we attack and we lightning bolt or Coldray and then we run. We've done We've played with terrain where we sat here and either the enemy went to the north and then we went to the south or what have you. We've used a couple of fun little tricks that this map gives you the opportunity to use. And I hope that if somebody else is looking at this and saying, how can I beat this scenario myself in the future? I hope that you look at this and that gives you some ideas. I think that that's been what's been the most effective for me so far anyway. So let's see how effective this is for you. This castle is undefended. I don't think it's going to stay undefended. We do have our Thieves Guild here, which is good. We're going to wait. I'm sure we're going to have to fight some major forces here. If there's no dragons, we'll be fine. No dragons. Rule number 1, no dragons. No dragons. Neat. Hip hip hooray. Okay, glorious victory. It's going to cost us a lot, but this does not take into account the use of spells. This is just a captain. There's nothing more here. I think that the enemy could absolutely have, if this was a player, they could have done much better than the AI is doing right now. I think that we all recognize that. We understand that. We're still going to make use with what we have here. We're going to take, it looks like, 35 points of damage each round for the next little bit. Feels kind of bad. The single gargoyle goes down. 50 to 64 damage onto these Minotaur Kings. They're going to be a little too fast for me. They're going to get around me one way or the other. The wolves should get to go first, so let's attack here. We're going to kill, looks like one more of these Minotaur Kings. Let's do another one of these Coldrays. 5 Hydras goes down to 2. And then I don't think we kill the full stack of wolves here, or the Minotaurs. We do, though. Okay, 45 HP left on this top stack of Hydra. With the good luck, it looks like we're going to be able to get out of this fight. No, never mind, there's the blind. The blind is going to be an issue. We're going to take one more round of turret shots. No, 2 HP, the sprites. We'll step up. We took 1 round of turret shots, 4 wolves, 4 of the Orc Chiefs, 1,300 experience. That's going to be the Expert Wisdom. Now it's time for me to take the Expert Wisdom, I think. And what do we have here? 5th level Mageguild. I feel dumb. Wait, no, wait. I did just take... For a second, I thought I took the Advanced Archery. No, we took the Expert Wisdom. We're going to step in, folks. And with the Resurrect True, Meteor Shower, Teleport, I think that we are where we need to be. This is a good spot. We are in a really good spot. No dragons, but that's fine. Because from here, we're going to continue on our way because I know that there's one more castle over here. We are immediately going to hire, let's make it Kalindra. She's going to be our doorstop. We're going to leave these Hydras, or rather these Halflings, there, boars there. Step. And with 1 single space bar, we are now to this point where Glastonbury is safe. If there's enemies over here, we're going to have to deal with them, but for now, this is now safe from these hordes of barbarians and knights. And if we lose this castle, even the sorceresses will not be able to stand against us, because I think in the late game the warlocks are just going to end up overwhelming you. I think that with spells we're going to be even better. And I don't think that these other castles, these barbarians or these knights, I don't think that they're going to be able to meet the threshold of investment level for precious resources to get into higher tiered spells anyway. So Kalindra is staying put there. Are there any additional forces here that haven't been purchased? There's actually a lot. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get Atlas as well. I'm going to hire all these forces. I want to make sure I can take these other castles without any issue. Let's leave the 6-speed boar there. And let's make the best army we can. So if we just click here, there's nothing there. Is this a full swap? Keep this. 61 centaurs is better than the war trolls. 15 gargoyles, better or worse than the wolves? I think that they're better than the wolves, slightly. I think that the 12 griffins are better than the 34 sprites. Yeah, just from an HP standpoint. And then knowing that we're going to be scaling some walls, I don't think that the Minotaur Kings are as valuable. Are 6 Minotaur Kings better than the Ogre Lords? 60 HP, 45 HP. There's more HP here, and I think I do want the HP. Just in case I need to get into a spell fight, I want to make sure I have as much HP backing me up so the enemy can't burst me down before I'm able to use all my spells. Oh, shoot. What do we see? Folks, what do we see? Atlantium Has Dragons. If we can win this fight, I think that we win the game. Let's do it like this. It's day 7. We're going to attack them on day 1. We're going to take all these forces from Glastonbury. We're going to have a new hero. Let's make it, hey, Tsabu. Let's make it Tsabu. And then on day 1, we're going to hire all these forces. We're going to send them over. I think with the Resurrect True, we're still going to be fine. But I'd hate to see that. Hate to see that. Roman says, standing on teleporters is so broken. The Heroes Might Magic 3 mechanic makes more sense, but it saves lives. Price of loyalty without it would not be beatable. I think I agree. I really think I agree. And if it was beatable without it, I would prefer not to use it, but I don't see a way I can actually be effective without it at this point. Yeah, this lith here, if I can work from this position of power, if I can get up to dragons, I think I can win from there, but it's pretty tough. Pretty tough otherwise. So let's see. I think we've got the strategy though. We're going to see if this Castle of Atlantium picks up more troops, though. I think that the AI will trade for whatever resources are necessary to get these forces. Will it be enough? Will it be enough? What do y'all think? Would it be better if Heroes of Might and Magic 2 used the Heroes of Might and Magic 3 system? The Heroes of Might and Magic 3 system being that if Agar steps on these liths, he will automatically attack and engage with whatever heroes on the other side. Is that better or worse? I want to hear y'all's thoughts and opinions there. Oh, Gemmer, yeah, that is the difference. In Heroes 3, you can step on the lith from the other side, and it's not simply blocked. And so I can't do what I'm doing here in Heroes of Might and Magic 3. In Heroes of Might and Magic 3, it'll be just a little bit too much of an issue trying to block enemies like that. Essentially, it makes it so that there's always some level of impassable terrain. Or rather, there is no impassable terrain. Here, this is impassable terrain. We are now stuck in here. The only way you can get here is by boat. But unless the enemy starts to build boats here in Blackvein and sail across, they can't get to us. Heroes 3 removes that issue. And is that a good choice? Is that a bad choice? Y'all will have to let me know. I almost messed this up. Atlas needs to be the one to get these forces over here. And I think that this actually changes my final forces over here. I think that 11 Minotaur Kings is better than 8 Ogre Lords. I don't think that the Hydras are better. Yeah, I don't think Hydras are better than any of these forces. All right. There's nothing for it, folks. We've got to do this. There's 3 of them. Well, at least we made it in time. So, folks, this is month 2, week 2, day 1. It took this long for the enemy to get up to dragons. If we win this fight, all we have to do is win. We should have access to red dragons, and then we should be able to go from there. But I know I've said this a couple of times. Oh, the whole map depends on this fight. Really, the map all comes down to this final fight. 0 attack, 0 defense, Captain of Atlantium. We have 1 attack, 2 defense. We do have the Resurrect True. 450 HP that we can resurrect. I think that makes these Minotaur Kings pretty useful. I think that makes a lot of my troops pretty useful. Ugh, this is a tough one, but we're going to make this happen. Steven Glansberg. Hey, Fix. Good afternoon. Hello, Steven. Welcome. Appreciate having you here. Hey, and thank you so much for the subscription. I saw that you subscribed right after the stream ended last time. Appreciate having you here. Welcome so much. We're playing Price of Loyalty Scenario 2. We're having a really good time, but we're having a kind of a tough time. This is a bit of a struggle because we are now a sorceress with 1 attack and 2 defense trying to defeat 3 red dragons. This is not going to be easy. This is going to be tough. I don't care about any of these other forces. I just care about these dragons. Do we have Dragon Slayer? We do not. So what can we do? We can buff our own forces with Bloodlusts and Steelskins. We could Steelskin the Minotaur Kings and then just keep that whole stack alive. 13 attack, 10 defense. Steelskin them. Bloodlust them. Yeah, and just keep them alive. I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna Steelskin the Minotaur Kings. It's not a sexy pick, right? It's not like a oh wow, that's exciting, that was cool, that was like wow, that's the best spell ever. It doesn't kind of tick those boxes that makes you feel like it was exhilarating. but I think it's the right strategy because Steel Skin mixed with your Resurrect True will always end up giving you more effective hit points than you otherwise would have had. We're only going to get 3 Resurrect Trues. That's going to be 45 hit points or 45 spell points worth of Resurrect True. If we had 4 more spell points, we could do it 4 times, but we've only got 3, and that's okay. So then we're going to do the Steel Skin, and then we're going to end up doing the Bloodlust, and we're going to hope that these dragons can get dealt with. I would like to deal with these single stacks of creatures as much as possible. The dragons are gonna have to come out and deal with either centaurs or orc chieftains. They just have to. Unfortunately, with 6 speed here, I'm not gonna get to attack them yet with the Minotaur Kings until after. I think I want the gargoyles to come up here. That's gonna hopefully draw fire from this one Minotaur King. I had the idea about maybe using the dragons to kill the one Minotaur King. Obviously, that was just not that useful, because we've already killed him just by the gargoyle being there. The curse is kind of bad, but I can always bloodlust my way out of that if I need to. I think we step right here. Doesn't matter. 1, 2, 1, 2, good morale. Okay, it's gonna be the Orc Chieftains to take the damage. 217 points of damage. We're gonna get 41 to 83 points of damage here from these centaurs on them. It's gonna be 46 damage, not that great. Not that great. And I suppose I kind of want to wait on these red dragons. I don't want to take the retaliation needlessly. 225 points of damage is a lot of damage to take as a retaliation. Maybe I just want to go kill a Hydra. No, I think I just want to wait. I think you just want to wait. It all comes down to these Minotaur Kings. It really does. Truly it does. Okay, we're gonna go to here. Gonna go to here. Aha! The good morale. I knew it was somewhere. 3 Resurrect Trues. We're gonna want to bless to counteract the curse. Again, because this is our best stack. And actually, that might end up wasting all the spells for the captain of Atlantium. So let's do like this. Let's go Bless now, because it's going to go Gargoyles and then these creatures here. Let's kill the one single Centaur. No. Do we want to get the damage off now? I think you do. I think you want to get as much damage off as you can. That means you're going to take the retaliation from the gargoyles. Let's do that, and then that's actually going to save a retaliation onto these Minotaur Kings. So we are blessed. We're going to do 93 points of damage at max. We just got to kill one at a time. One at a time, baby. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. 18 griffins. We've already taken the retaliation off here, folks. That's going to be one of these dragons dead, gone. Get out of here. Who cares about hydras? Jeez, I wish that the hydras didn't just hear me say that, because immediately they make me feel bad. One more bit of damage is going to be saved on the Minotaur Kings from this retaliation. We're going to probably lose the gargoyles here. Nope, gargoyles stay alive. Very good, very good. So 85 points of damage with the bless. There's a curse. Okay, 61 HP. Dig, dig, dig. With 1,000 cuts. With 1,000 cuts, can we do 35 points of damage? One red dragon goes down. 241 HP left. I will sacrifice the Orc Chieftains. This is the last fight that they're going to be useful. This is the last fight that they're going to be useful. So, though they may die to these hydras, I simply do not care. Oh, only one died. Not even a problem. Not even a problem. I'm going to, yet again... I'm going to bless. I'm going to attack. 199 points damage. We do 76. We're going to end up using a Resurrect here in just a moment or two. We're going to try and resurrect as many of these forces as possible. We might be able to resurrect, like, the gargoyles. Holy cow, this is nutty. And the enemy can't run, so we are under no obligation to make this fight go any length of time. Like, they're on our time now. They are absolutely on our time. If I bless, we're going to do double damage, 27, 29 up to 60? Yeah, that should do it. Let's just do the bless here. Dead. Dead dragon. Dead for a ducat, as Shakespeare once said. I'm going to leave the centaur alive. Let's focus on the hydra so that way we don't waste damage somehow. And... oh, I'll be okay if the griffins take a hit. Damage here. Damage here. Okay, no problems. And now we're going to have, oh, unfortunately, it's going to be only 2 Resurrect Trues. Let's do 1 big Resurrect True here. It's going to be 6 back up to 11 in the Minotaur Kings. We had 79, 18, 23. We might just do 23 of these Gargoyles back. They're such a good quality unit. Sucks to lose all those Centaurs. 18 Griffins, we're not going to resurrect them. So it's either between the Centaurs or the Gargoyles. I think that clearly the Gargoyles are the better troop. We're going to finish off this Hydra here. Whoa, didn't even finish him off. Very surprised. I'm actually very surprised that that didn't work. We're going to skip twice. 1 more final Resurrect True. And then whatever damage I end up taking from no towers, no problems. Okay, folks, we did it. That turned out A-okay for me. Holy cow. So we ended up saving pretty much the whole stack in the Minotaur Kings. We lost the Orcs. Happy to lose the Orcs. That was fine. And the 52 Centaurs. But otherwise, these losses were terrific. For a Sorceress that only has 1 attack and 2 defense, this went terrifically. You can see how easy it is for the sorceresses to do really good in the early game when they have tons of spell points and tons of spell power. With their spells, they can do so much, but in the late game, you're up against titans, you're up against dragons, and your spells instantly become at least half as effective, and in some cases, completely ineffective. So, Roman, okay, this is definitely an epic fight. I agree. I think that was definitely an epic fight. I am happy for the way that this fight went. 1,500 experience. It's not going to be an additional level, but folks, we walk in with Gem and we take our prize. That is going to be a red tower, 4 dragons. We're going to have to trade for the Sulfur, but Sulfur I will trade for. Now, I think that Atlas is going to have to go and explore and see if there's one more thing up there. I think there just might be one more final castle. Maybe Tsabu can go find it. Somebody's going to have to go find it, but I wonder if there's 3 castles here or just 2. Either way, we're in a good position. We're in a good spot. We even still have our Sorcerer's Castle, and we're going to have 3 marketplaces that's going to help us be A-okay. Nice. Gemmer, KG, yeah, I can't believe you clawed through this scenario. The turning point was those 5 gems from the Magic Garden. Folks, if you did not see it, it was Falagar. Falagar was hired up here, and he was right here, and he said, I can go to the trading post and try and trade for 1 gem, or I can get so very, very lucky and step on this exact little Mystic Garden and pick up 5 gems. It was 5 gems and not 500 gold. If it had been 500 gold, I think that we lose this scenario. I think that you're so right. That was an epic moment. So I'm happy for the good luck when it comes. Not always do we get good luck. Like sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Clearly, we had to fight this fight twice. This scenario, we had to go through it twice in order to get to a position where we could be effective. But at this point, we have the biggest, baddest troop on the force in the whole game. We are in a great position to win. I think that we just win. Look at this. Did the AI just run out of gold? They must have just run out of gold. We are playing on hard difficulty. This is as tough as the scenario gets, but I think that somebody, maybe it was Roman said that the AI feels like it's a little bit less, a little bit not quite 100% there. That's kind of weird to me. That indicates that you might be onto something. Do I need to worry about upgrades? I'm not going to upgrade to the Black Tower. I just don't think it's going to be that useful. I think that we want to win this scenario in the next couple of days, in the next 2 weeks or so. So we're going to trade for Sulfur with 3 marketplaces. Hold on, wait. We are going to trade for 2 wood. 1, 2. We're going to go back. We're going to pick up our 3rd marketplace, and then we're going to trade. Geez, I wish I'd gotten that a while ago, but as you can see, we've had some issues picking up what's most important. Okay, but again, back to the Sulfur. That's going to be 1 Sulfur at a time. None of these other resources matter. We're only getting 2 ore per day. So long as we keep this 2 ore per day, though, we are eventually going to get what we need. So let's see, there's 1 Sulfur mine on the map. I think it's right here, and it's in possession of the red player. Let's head out of here in the next couple of weeks, next couple of days. I'm not sure how long it's going to take for me to be happy with the forces I have. But even 2 or 3 dragons with a pack of hydras behind me, I think that with my spells, I can then beat the enemy. So if nothing else, then we can at least take this other Warlock castle that's through the Lith, and then we'll feel better about our chances from there. By the way, it's Agar. That is their main hero. He's just staying there in Blackvein. We do not see dragons. That's pretty good. Dragons are bad. Don't tell them I said that. They're now my best friends. And then let's see, Warshall's 5 speed, 6 speed. Let's just make sure we have a hero chain set up from here to there. Atlas is going to be the next leg. Gem is going to sit right here because it's going to be Kalindra that has to take 2 steps out. And then I'm going to preemptively hire a hero here in Glass and Berry. Let's make it, Troyan. So that way we can bring all the forces to the front when we are ready to go. It's day 3. Let's continue to wait a little bit. Maybe tomorrow, with 15 Hydras in the other castle, we're going to let Agar go up one more day. If he's going to continue on this direction, we're going to let him go one more time. And then tomorrow we're going to sally forth with Hydras and forces. We're going to take that final beachhead. And then from there, we're going to have flipped the map from the bottom left to the right corner. And then feel pretty good. Okay, he went back to the castle, so it might be a day 7 attack. Can we reach from here to there on day 7? Maybe we go through on day 7. Yeah, we'll go through on day 7. That should be just enough time to pick up one more dragon. 17 ore. Yeah, we're going to do this one more time. Croto, by the way, have you noticed is coming up. Do I care about Croto? I think I kind of do. I've got so many forces here. It seems like a real shame to waste the gold somewhere else. He can't reach me today, so let's wait until day 7. There's my ore. I really need to keep that ore. And then red has now scouted me, as has yellow, and now they're all going straight south. That's kind of the issue I have here, is that if they know that I'm to the south, they're going to head in this direction. Whatever forces I purchase here are going to be overwhelmed. Is this enough to make a stand with the spell power and with the lightning bolt that Falgar has? 35,000 gold. Should I purchase all these troops and then not have as much here? I think... Lots. I think I need to hire enough here to just withstand the enemy. No. Without a left turret, right turret, or a moat, it feels so bad to just waste these troops. But it also feels bad to purchase them and eat into my reserves for Hydras and stuff. Like, this is not the win condition. You'd like to have this and that, but if you can't have both, what do you do? That's kind of the question. If you can't have both, what do you do? I'm going to do it. Let me just check. It's going to be not all my gold. It's going to be 28k. I'm going to do it. I'm going to hold on to the sprites as long as possible. I think that you absolutely can tell me, Fix Fox, you're crazy. This is not the way of doing this. And I think I would be forced to agree with you. I really, truly believe that. But this is going to hold on to this castle for a little bit longer. I would like to reclaim this ore mine. I'm going to hold on to it for like another 2-3 turns. This castle, I mean, whether I fight with the Ballista or not, I think I win either way. If I fight this fight and I lose, I'm going to be so upset. The enemy has fled, but it's so costly. I'm still a little bit upset, but the gold mine for an extra 3 or 4 turns, it'll recoup some of the losses anyway. All right, bit of an error, but let's enjoy this. Steeson says, "What art thou doing? Having fun while I tuggle in my main heroes?" Tuggle, that's an interesting word with lots of meanings. Hopefully not. Attack for +2, and then the defense for +2. Spell power is 4 and 2 knowledge for Croto. He's a pretty okay hero. He's better than us, that's for sure, with Falgar. We've got the Coldray, we've got the lightning bolt. I can do 2 lightning bolts and then a couple of magic arrows, or I can do 3 Coldrays. Which would you prefer? That's 180 points of damage there. That's 150, 180. It's 180 points of damage either way. So I think I'm going to do the lightning bolts because it's going to get more of these good creatures off the board. We're going to focus on these rangers first because the double damage with the double attack. Slow goes on to the battle dwarves. I'm sad, but understandable. Have a nice day. And then unicorns are going to try and put themselves in a position where they can deal with these orc chieftains in a moment. We killed 9 to 15 of these rangers. We killed 10. 31 sprites. Oh, the sprites get obliterated. We lose even a couple of these druids. That's pretty sad. Anywhere that the sprites go, they're going to lose. Do you want to wait on the sprites? Do you want to wait on the sprites? Is killing 2 to 4 rangers a good use of their time, or should I wait for them? to be effective later. If I attack here, then the pikemen are going to attack them. If I attack here, the ogre lords are going to attack them. Do you want to kill while you can, or do you want to save your strength for another day? I think I'm actually going to save my strength for another day. Let's let the sprites wait. Interesting. Did not expect that. 12 unicorns down to 10. Okay. And these 47 battle doors are going to brawl. I'm going to send them north. Very nice. I'm going to send them north because these troops I feel like are going to be pretty useful. I think that we broke the ranger stacks down far enough that the AI is like, whoa, we can't actually deal with this. And now they're going to try and come get my ranged damage. I am perfectly fine with that. That feels good to me. 7 defense, 11 defense, 5 defense, 6 defense. I think you are best off fighting orc chiefs with your elves. That feels great. I'm good for that. Ooh, Coldray onto the sprites. Hey, and don't we feel good now? Don't we feel good that we kept the sprites around? That wasted a bit of damage. That feels really nice. Let's do that again. And I'm going to ignore the pikemen. 4 to 8, or I kill the orc chieftains and just prevent damage there. 3 to 4 damage, 3 to 4 damage. It should be about the same either way, but you can kill more creatures here. Oh, good. That's wonderful. Let's do full damage to these pikemen. Kill 4. Very good. And then the dwarves are going to get in the way of these ogre lords. I got multiple Coldrays. Well, I could do 1 Coldray, or I could do the 2 magic arrows. Do you prefer to do a bless? Do you prefer to do a slow? Do you prefer to do a curse? Kind of interesting. Oh, tuck. While I tuck in on my main heroes. Oh, that's a good, yeah. The phrase is tuck in. And so if you're eating something, you would tuck into a delicious meal. You're tucking into a succulent bit of Heroes of Might and Magic. Yes, decent. I understand. Is it a crime to enjoy a meal? A succulent meal? I say to you, no, it's not. I'm going to save. I'm going to save right now. No, I'm going to haste. I'm going to haste my dwarves. Bring them from 2 speed up to 6 speed. They're going to get to go. They're going to get the first shot off in these ogre lords. I feel like that's useful. I do need to deal with these rangers somehow. I'm going to do it now. It's a waste of damage in some ways, but they got to get taken care of somehow. We've just done it there. And then we're going to kill 1 to 2 of these ogre lords. We killed 2. They slow again. That eats their spell. And now the rangers, or rather the elves, are going to stay alive for another turn. I have to look at this. If I want to attack these pikemen, if I attack from here, the unicorn is going to step back a space. If you look at the hex and like the spacing, you can attack from here or from here, but you can't attack backwards. You can't just flip around as a 2-hex creature and attack. I have to attack from this angle if I want to still stay on top of these orc chiefs, and that's what I'm going to do. It seems a little bit weird, a little counterintuitive, but that's just the way it has to go. 5-speed veteran pikemen are the next big scary stack. I'm probably going to slow these veteran pikemen. Yeah, I'm going to slow these veteran pikemen. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they can still reach. I shouldn't have done that. Because they can still reach, it's a bad move, but I thought I was fine. The unicorns are working on these big stacks. Ooh, lightning bolt. 3 of the unicorns goes down. Was that your last big bit of damage? Interesting. And the veteran pikemen are actually staying on the battle dwarves. Very interesting. Yeah, so there's no more spells in this fight. I'm slowed for 3 more turns. You're slowed for 3 more turns. I'm going to continue to work on these veteran pikemen in case they peel off. Because right now, with 6 speed and 5 speed, I can kite these ogre lords infinitely. Like forever. I can do that if I want to. I'm going to choose to do so. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I kind of want to just run right now and just get myself out of a bad situation. Suffice to say, I don't love that we are having to do all these shenanigans just to win this scenario. I feel like the scenario's won, but I do feel like the fact that I'm going to lose the Sorcerer's Castle, there is something sad about that. There is something sad about the fact that we're not going to be able to maintain these stacks forever. But in the meantime, it is going to propel me into some late game relevance. I'm going to get the ore for a couple more turns. I am going to get the gold mine for a little bit longer. Not my favorite thing, but it will work out. Oh, cool. Good morale. We'll take it. And folks, that gets us out of this fight. 84 of the sprites, 9 of the unicorns, 30 of the dwarves, and 4 of these druids. 3k experience. How many levels is that? +1 knowledge. That's really good. +1 spell power. That's excellent. We're going to take the luck because we're just here to fight. From here on out, we're just here to fight. And we're here to defend in our castle. So let's take the combat stats more than anything. Falagar is going to go back. He's going to wait. We're going to be just shy of our ore mine. We're going to keep that for a little bit longer, and we'll go from there. Steeson says, anyway, impossible map. How can you do this? You're too good at this game. I appreciate that, Steeson. It's not been without its twists and turns. This is the second time that we had to play this map. Actually 3 if you consider the fact that I re-rolled the second one. So that way we could get a magic arrow, a haste, and a bless, right? Steel skin from the Shrine of the Second Circle. We were able to use this to capture this castle on the beginning of week 3. And then we were able to take this castle of Hampshire. We actually were able to get into this castle and got it up to a level 2 Mageguild, and that got us our Coldray. Coldray was able to defeat tons and tons of forces here. We were able to use Falagar to go from this position into the Magic Garden, and that was a big deal, as Gemma was discussing. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with the way that this scenario went. I think that I should be happy. I think that if you're watching this scenario, you recognize that, wow, this turned out okay, but this is not, you can't plan on this happening every time. This time it worked out. Maybe next time it doesn't happen so well. And if that's the case, we feel bad, but that's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles. We're going to take these 12 Hydras on the road. They're going to be better than the Ogre Lords, and I don't think it's going to prevent me from getting into the castle. Any other forces here? There's really not. This is pretty much it, but with all of her spell points, yeah, with 70 spell points, that should be enough for Gem to be able to survive. So Kalindra takes a step out. Gem goes up. This would have been a bigger force, except we had to deal with some other issues back at home. We purchased all those troops elsewhere. Here, it feels fine to me to come on in here and take the 3rd Warlock Castle. Once again, we're going to use Kalindra to just take a step on, step off, stay safe. And then let's reset our hero chains so that way we can carry on. Let's go Tsabu back, Atlas back, and then Kalindra, she might be able to get more forces here on the new day. But we've now taken the final Warlock Castle. The only people that have dragons in this scenario are me. The only people from here on out that will have dragons is me. And if that isn't enough to win this game, I don't know what is. Look at Agar. He looks angry. He looks like he wants to fight me. He can't possibly want to fight me, can he? Can he really want to fight me? He's got lots of Hydras. We'll give him that. I think I might be able to do something nifty here. Let's go here. Dragons, we can get 1 dragon here. We're going to trade for another bit of sulfur. And trade for gold. How much gold is it? 3,500. 2 red dragons. We're going to barely miss out here. Atlas is going to have to take one little step there. Little step there. And with 6,100 gold, we're just going to stay put. But we're going to bring the dragons over with Kalindra. And I can gem these dragons in replacement for the griffins. And I think that should win the fight for me. But this is, for the 25th and final time, this is the final fight. If we win this fight, then we win the scenario. How many times have I said that before? But I mean it. Every single time has been on the knife's edge in a really nice way, in a really fun way. Hydras to the top, defending the centaurs, faster creatures to the bottom, good. And then let's do this, Gem. Is this the final fight, Fix Fox Wife says? I think it might be. If I keep saying it, it might be true. Remember, Agar does have Meteor Shower. He's probably got a bunch of spell power. He's probably got a lot of other tricky things I don't know about. But I'd like to see your spell power damage my dragons. You are kidding me. How is this possible? Oh no, that's how it's possible. Roman says, do you know that you do not need to step out and into a teleporter? The horse icon and some shortcut probably re-triggers one where you stand. Yep. Earlier you saw me use the one with Kalindra where I stepped off and stepped back on. I did that instead of hitting spacebar. So I decided in that case, I just didn't want to do that. The space bars felt okay to me. Okay, folks, Agar the Warlock, 1 attack, 6 defense, 8 spell power, 3 knowledge. Remember, we do have the Resurrect True. We've got a Meteor Shower just like him. 8 spell power versus mine 9. His Meteor Shower is going to do a ton of damage, but again, so is mine. I don't know if he has Resurrect True or not, but with 3 knowledge, I'm going to be able to outdo him just with my spells alone. I'm going to start casting these spells. Who do I care about worse or the most? I think I care here. Hold on. Let me check the spells. So 15 spell points. I could do 15 spell points there for 450 damage. Or I could do 2 Coldrays for a little bit more damage than that overall. The question is this: is it better to do the Coldrays and slowly win the fight, or do I need to get on this guy right now and do tons and tons of damage? I think I'm actually good to wait, because I just got to keep these troops alive. The longer I keep them alive, the better things go. I need to stay away from the Hydras. He does have teleport. He's got teleport. Hold on. Hold on. Remember, every spell that I have, he has. He's got teleport for Hydras. He's got maybe the Resurrect True. Maybe he got that after. I don't know. We've seen Meteor Shower. So he picked up at least to those levels of spells. My goodness, that's scary. Oh, that's scary. Elemental Storm is kind of interesting with the dragons, because you could cast it 4 times and you'll kill tons of troops. I just don't know if that's worth it or not. Yeah, if you teleport the Hydras to the red dragons and just chase them down, I'm gonna feel dumb. I'm gonna feel so bad. It all depends on the dragons, and it depends on what spells he wants to cast. Oh boy. Well, let's half the stack of gargoyles. Remember, if we really need to, we do have the diplomacy. We could skedoodle if we have to. I just really don't want to. And then I'm going to put the Minotaur Kings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to put them right here. They do have Resurrect True. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. Gargoyles are going to get into this fight. I want to get the gargoyles away from the red dragon so I don't eat some damage there. Maybe if I attack here, there's just no point. Look at, he's got 6 defense and I've got 1 attack. Any bit of damage I do with these gargoyles just feels useless. I don't even want to attack. I also don't like this positioning. I know that he's got the Meteor Shower. He's got 1 Meteor Shower. He just used half of his spell points. I really do not want to eat a Meteor Shower. I think he would have been better off doing that. I'm going to keep the gargoyles alive. Too late. Okay, and he's doing 33 points of damage, so his gargoyles are not that tough. Oh, the wolves. Never mind. Very, very few wolves. We're okay. It's fine. We're okay. Even my 2 dragons don't do a bunch of damage. I don't want to... I really want to stay away from these Minotaur Kings. If I lose a dragon, I lose a huge advantage. And the Minotaur Kings are going to do a bunch of damage. If I'm here in the corner, can he reach? 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I go to the corner, the Minotaur King actually can't reach me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm just going to go straight to the corner. I know what I care about, and I know what I don't care about, and I do not care about the damage from these forces. We're just trying to stay alive right now. Nice to see that the Hydras are going to get some damage off. It's kind of nifty. You waste your Resurrect True on 4 Griffins? You used... You're an idiot. He's an idiot. Folks, Agar's an idiot. I mean, that works out really good for us, but it feels kind of bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I just realized. I think I actually have to move my Minotaur Kings to here to make sure that the big stack doesn't get the damage off. From here on out, I'm fine. I am totally okay. I've got no problems here. I'm gonna step right here. gonna step right here. Kill some wolves? Sure, why not? Kill some wolves. Rare. But now from here on, I'm just gonna do so many Coldrays. I'm gonna kill 6 Minotaur Kings at a time. Yeah, we're gonna be okay. 4 to 8 of these gargoyles. Good, good. No sense in attacking with the centaurs. You don't want to lose damage where you don't have to. He gets to go first with his big stack. I'm going to continue to Coldray. Good. And we're just going to skip. Gargoyles are continuing to be annoying. 74 HP left on the red dragon. I got my 22 gargoyles. I'm going to do some damage to the wolves here. I don't want the hydras to get into me just yet, so I'm going to actually help with these gargoyles. 10 damage at a time. Not great, but acceptable. And hydras, or rather gargoyles, go down just about. Okay, only 5 hydras remaining here. Centaurs have been nullified. I'm gonna go up. Yeah, that's gonna be fine for me. Don't really care either way. I do want to take out this one gargoyle before there's a bit of retaliation damage there. 32 hydras. That's so many hydras. So many hydras. I'm going to continue to focus on the Minotaur Kings though, because they're still the bigger threat. Hydras are going to be 2-speed for the rest of their life. They do have blood morale. They can occasionally go 4 hexes at a time. If the Minotaur Kings get good morale, they go 12 hexes. So we're going to stay put here. I am going to walk back, defeat this one gargoyle. And then the gargoyles and the dragon are going to want to get out of here. Do I attack here? I don't think I do. I think I still stay alive. I got a feeling that staying alive is more important than anything else right now. I can kill 1 to 2 here, but then I'm going to take the big hit back. But I can't stay here, so anywhere I go, unless I go over here. Maybe if I go over here. Yeah, then watch as the Hydra gets good morale and toasts me. Seems so bad to just waste the damage from your dragons, but it's these other creatures that really matter. Nobody else really matters. Okay, Minotaur Kings goes down. Damage here. 51 HP, so we got 200 HP left on these red dragons. The Minotaur Kings are still going to do the most damage, but now when there's only 3 left, I'm going to start to fight with gargoyles. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm okay with that. Let's get a double hex attack off. Successful. And maybe the 3 hydras are going to be able to kill 2 Minotaur Kings. They don't. We do a big retaliation there. That's okay. 125 HP left. Let's continue to focus on these creatures, because if I have to just leave this fight and surrender, that's okay. We will do that. But I want to make sure that there's only hydras remaining if that's the case, because griffins just throw a little bit of a wrench into your plans. Actually, from here on out, no, I bet you I can actually kill griffins. These creatures can kill griffins. I just don't want to lose this dragon. 125 HP, I don't think I will. 45 HP, ah, you see, I will. Never mind, my bad. Okay. Well. 270 points of damage would kill 11. Yeah. And then the rest of this is all going to go into hydras. Can't resurrect a dragon, can you? Centaurs might as well get damage off where they can. Hydras are going to go sit in the corner. Gargoyles are going to go sit in this corner. And yes, Fix Fox Wife's decent. Ultimately does decide what I do. I have always appreciated very much her sense of timing. That's maybe my favorite thing about my dear sweet wife, is that there'll be times where I will think, oh, this is the right decision, or this is the right thing to do, and she'll say, maybe, or what about? We just wait, see how things go, and then we can make a better decision with a little bit more knowledge. I think that my wife has done a good job of making sure that I don't do something silly, and I really very much appreciate her for the way that she handles me, is maybe the wrong word, but supports our family and makes sure that things are done in wisdom and order. So, big fan of her. And if she says that it's time to go, I think I'm inclined to agree. Fix Fox Wife, what do you think? Is it time to go? We are out of spell points and there's 11 hydras left. I think it's time to go. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's so sad. That's actually really, really sad. We're going to have to sacrifice some of these troops. Yeah, it's time to sacrifice some of these troops. The Hydras and the... everybody but the dragon. I want to keep the dragon alive. But the Hydras and the Gargoyles are going to have to die. It's a real pity. It's a real shame. Oh. And let's go here. Can we kill one more? I don't think so. Yeah, so this fight is going to be a loss. Funny enough, folks, it's going to be a loss, but in the best way possible. 1,400 gold, we just have to trade for 1,400. I'm going to trade all my gems. Yep. Yep. And I will accept, to save the one dragon and to keep my forces alive, I will do this. Now, we know that he has no spells left, right? So Kalindra is going to go back. Oh, hold on, wait a second. I made a mistake. Kalindra should have gone right here. Oh, look, he's got Necromancy. That's so funny. No, Kalindra should have actually gone into here because I can't rehire my hero just yet. For some reason, I thought I'd be able to immediately. Kalindra, with these troops, needed to go to Black Vein. Whatever I can do to actually support this army, I will. So I'm gonna trade everything. Trade for everything. With no spells, and with, let's call it 2 gargoyles. Let's just go full gargoyles on you and just split this up. Let's see if you want to fight me. Maybe he loses to the turrets if he wants to fight me. But next turn we're gonna rehire our hero back and we'll have a real good time. Huh. What an interesting playthrough this has turned out to be. So, and he does decide to run. I respect that decision. That's absolutely the correct decision, folks. Everything he just did there, I support. And that's an instance of the AI doing a good job. Note that we still don't have our spell points back. We need to stay a knight in the Mage Guild. We couldn't reach him even if we wanted to. We do want to, but we can't. So then let's have all of our heroes reset for a big hero chain. We got Tsabu, we've got Troyan, we've got Atlas, and we got Kalindra on the other side. In just a moment or two, we will be where we need to be. Falagar stays put. Ariel stays put. Yellow is coming. I don't think we can stop them. But as soon as we can get any amount of dragons moving to the front, we'll be in a good spot. Any one of these crystal mines or gem mines that we can steal, that's actually going to be a pretty big deal too, because then we're going to be trading precious resources for precious resources. And that'll feel really, really wonderful. But in the meantime, 12,000 gold. I'm going to use that to purchase the rest of these Minotaur Kings. Oh, can I trade for Sulfur? Let's just do the Minotaur Kings. Let's just get back out onto the adventure map, and let's actually leave Hydras behind because they're so slow. Let's get Gargoyles. And let's secure some of those precious resource generating mines. That seems like the best thing for me. We do have some of these troops that can be useful. Let's leave Ogre Lords. The Wolves, I think that the sprites are actually better because they fly. And then Atlas. Yeah, Troyan's going to bring up the rest of these sprites before she goes back. Here. And here. And there. We'll have no ranged damage. Is that okay? I think that's okay. Yeah, with spells, because spells are my power anyway, I don't actually really care whether or not I've got other things. I just want to make sure that my hit points are good. Okay, and then Kalindra's going to hand these troops off. And knock knock, everybody, here I come. Oh boy. Yeah, you thought you had the scenario won. But now I'm here, and I'm ready to say that it's a good day. Beautiful day. Alrighty, cool. Hey, Chimbrock says, even with all the clutch fights, if the AI had scouted the Sorcerer's Town sooner, there'd be no chance to win without the res from the Southwest. I completely agree. And so I think that this is the idea that the FHeroes2 team might have made the AI a little bit worse on this scenario. Maybe they did. I don't know. I think I'm never going to ask, because I think it's actually good from the FHeroes2 team if they've identified that some scenarios are just too hard without a little bit of concession. I think that that's actually a really good thing for them to have done. And so we won the scenario. I don't feel like I won the scenario with the AI playing the very best it could. I truly believe that. I do not feel like we've just, oh, Fixed Fox is so good. Like, this was a tough fight, and I don't know if I could do it again, right? Like, it's tough. But I feel like the AI has been given a little bit of a handicap to sort of help us as the player to do even better than we otherwise would, because we want to play a game and we want to have a nice time. We don't want to just be frustrated and lose all the time. Nobody wants to just be frustrated. So I am grateful that the game is playing the way it is right now. I feel like this is a pretty good position for us. But I wonder, as far as like other chances that we were given simply because the AI wasn't playing maybe to the very best of its abilities. What can I say about that? You know, so yeah, we'll have to see how things go in the future. Everybody else is staying put. Gem is making her way up north. Steeson says, have you seen how things look from the editor? You can load it in the original game and see some crazy stuff. This map was meant to be harder. This map was meant to be harder. I know that there is the island in the upper right. I know that with this castle that we have here, this first castle, we can actually find some nifty things. What other things are there? There's the island to the upper right, and there's actually like a sign on there that's inaccessible, I believe. Steeson, you'll have to remind me on that. We'll see if we can actually go and find it real quick. We need a sawmill in order to do that because boats are spendy. But yeah, there should be like an island up here, and we know this. Hold on, we know this. I'm not going to do view resources. No spells to cast. No spells to cast. Yeah, we saw that there's an island up there, but in what other ways was it meant to be hard? I feel like if the AI ever figures out how to use boats from here and then sails over here and lands at your main sorcerer's castle, you're just sunk. At that point, I think that the AI is just too tough. There's nothing we can do. It's too strong. It's too powerful. It's absolutely too je ne sais quoi. There's something about it I can't quite express, but it's just too much. So hopefully it doesn't get to that point because, again, we want the game to be fun. Just hard for the sake of hard. I don't know. There used to be games I used to play that were hard for the sake of hard. I feel like Dark Souls and Elden Ring are kind of fitting that genre, right? Where the idea of like just get good comes up. I don't really enjoy games like that, but I do appreciate the occasional challenge. This is fun, right? And the moment where Falagar found the 5 gems, it wouldn't have been nearly as good if we didn't feel it like at any moment we could have lost. Something about that made it even better. And so it's the hard that makes it good. The fact that you can lose at any time, that's what makes the game so satisfying and so exciting. I hope that we never forget that. I hope I never forget that, because that's the difference between a real win and a real loss. He's got 12 spell points. I don't know what he's thinking he's doing, but it's not going to be enough. I'm going to opt to Coldray. No, I'm just going to meteor shower you to death. Get the hints. Satan. I don't know if that makes me a bad person to have said that, but I don't care. I said what I said and I meant it. Be gone, Agar. Be glad that you won the previous fight and take your leave. Do not trouble me anymore with your haunting guise, with your silly spells, with your desire to do damage, and your inability to effectively master the arcane arts. I spit upon you, I look at thee, and I say, never again. Although, he's going to get a chance to run, so that makes me think that maybe he's not going to run. You're not going to run? Sir, you're not going to run. That means that I guess that the AI is throwing in the towel. Lightning Rod there. They never really used the Lightning Rod, but for us now, we do have the Lightning Rod. That's going to make us a little bit better than we were before. Let's pick up the Sulfur Mine. We know why we want the Sulfur Mine. Oh boy. We've got gold. We just need one final little thing. Could you imagine how tough this scenario would be if yellow flagged this before red did? That'd be the end. That'd be the end. Steeson says that Zence remembers this better, but it had something to do with enemy players being on the same team, plus loads of everyday resource events for the enemies. Oh, yellow and red are on the same team though, aren't they? Or do you mean that there was like green player, red player, yellow player? Because I could see that actually being a pretty big deal, because that would effectively double or more your resource output. That'd be impossible to deal with, for sure. The fact that red has to try and build up these 4 castles equally is one of the best things you could hope for, truly. So yeah, I think that would be much more difficult. And then if you're given additional resources, that is the only thing that makes this winnable. Right now, we've got the same number of castles that they do. 1, 2, 3, and 4. They've had 4 castles this entire time. And if you can give the Knights and the Barbarians an opportunity to build up their forces, you're just gonna lose, and there's nothing you can do about it. So I see the potential there for it to be a little bit more difficult. Folks, we're going to need to use this meteor shower a couple times. 225 points of damage. I am going to focus on Rangers and Paladins. I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait on this side of the fence. It looks like the enemy is going to wait as well. No, never mind. They slow, they juke, they jive, I skip. It's like they want me to attack them there with a meteor shower. I don't know. I think I ought to oblige them. We will do that. Good luck on the Griffins. Looks like all the sprites are going to go down. I kind of hate that, but I understand why they did that. But I don't understand why they made it easier for me to kill their entire army in one fell swoop. The dragon's going to be able to attack right here. I'm going to do that. The Griffins are going to go down. That's probably actually like another meteor shower right there, because the Griffins are going to die in just a second anyway. I let them die. I just do a nice meteor shower. We're going to stay in the Mageguild overnight, so I don't feel too bad about that. Okay. Skippity skip skip. This is your last bit of damage. Oh, it looks like... let's see. Tell you what, let's just do the cold rings, actually. It's gonna be a little bit slower, but just as effective or more effective. As long as the dragon doesn't go down, I won't feel too bad. 200 HP left. Let's kill in this way. 2 to 3. We kill 4 creatures there. Not too bad. Might as well get the Minotaur Kings in this battle finally. And maybe this is the meteor shower I was really looking for. 15 points, but then you are just down to dragons. I think it's fine. Let's do the big meteor shower. Oof. We'll attack with the gargoyles. Maybe we lose 2 of them. We lose 1. Well, if I flame breath myself, I definitely lose more gargoyles. We will keep 2 alive. That feels okay to me. And then with just a little bit of extra damage, we get out of this fight. Spell points worked out exactly, perfectly. 3,200 experience. And oh, I suppose we'll take the scouting. We'll definitely take the luck. And then we're going to stay here with the summoned boat. Hey, summoned boat, not too bad. And so long as we're not attacked, tomorrow we will have additional forces and additional spells, and then we should overwhelm our enemies from there. I am getting Sulfur now. We're going to wait here. We're just going to try and hold this area. This mine and this castle are going to be important. And then with how many dragons? 6? 8? I've got 8 dragons. I literally just need to wait to trade for resources, and then we're going to be really good. So everybody else is just holding steady. Red is looking like they want to fight me. There's no way. There's no way. If I need to diplomacy my way out of this, I will. That's crazy, though. I can't believe you actually want to fight me. How could it be? Lord Kilburn has no spells. I will obliterate him. Let him attack me, actually. And we'll be happy in just a moment or two. Speed creatures, speed creatures. I want Atlas to actually do this right now. I want to trade. I want the boars to be on Kalindra. 4 speed creatures over there. So that way she can, or 6 speed creatures on her, so that way she can get up further than she otherwise would be able to. I'm going to invest in another hero. It's going to be Mire, because she's going to have the 6 speed boars. And she's going to sit right here, out of the lith. So Kalindra's going to go to right, probably about there. And then that's going to be a little bit more of my resupply in just a moment or two. Alrighty. Oh, Avatar Heroes in the chat. Greetings and salutations, heroes. I'm having a little family time with my fiance and my kid. Aw, wonderful. Fantastic. Yeah, how is your little one doing? Hope that everything is so very, very well for you and your dear sweet ones in your life, sir. Hope that you're well. Watching a game show. Hope you're having a wonderful day and evening. Cheers. Yep. The way that this scenario went, I think I'm absolutely having a really wonderful day. I've got no complaints. If I'm somehow complaining about the way that this scenario went, then I have my priorities all sorts of mixed up. So I do need to leave here because I need to grab the sulfur mine. I need to have Gem leave this safety of the Castle of Viper's Nest, the Knight faction town, so that way she can get out. Rebecca can grab the Sulfur Mine because that has been interrupted. I'm going to attack this enemy. It says I'm going to lose. I don't think I'm going to. How tough is Lord Kilburn though? 3 attack, 4 defense. Usually that's too tough for me, but for now, we're going to cast 300 points of damage, 375. 375 lightning bolts. We're going to kill 9 war trolls at a time. That's a gut shot. That happens to you and you just say, what can I do? And the answer is nothing. You just suffer. I'm not even going to engage with you. I'm just going to let my lightning bolts do the talking. So let me know how it goes for you when you realize that you're dead. Oh, it happened. He realized that he's dead now. I'm going to stay up here. Looks like the train's not really going to help me. I'm going to move the Minotaur Kings to a position where they can maybe be useful. Looks like the dragon is going to take out a chunk of these wolves, but that was a bunch of damage. I do not want to lose the dragon. Likewise, I don't want to lose any of these other forces. If I can just stay away from these enemies, I'll be fine. The Minotaur Kings are going to be okay. They're going to be alive, but don't lose the dragon. You cannot resurrect true a dragon. I'm going to sit right. Let's see. Minotaur King is going to step up to there. I'm going to put the gargoyle there. Maybe the Master Swordsman is actually going to step back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh. My dragon's going down. I don't think I can stop it. Nope. Thankfully, the Minotaur Kings are the ones that are eating the damage here. That's good for me. I'm perfectly fine with that. And then the dragon, I mean, the wolves have already lost their retaliation. There's 100 hit points here still. That's not bad. That'll be okay. I just know that the wolves did a bunch of damage before. So let's do a meteor storm just to take out both of these forces. And then we run. And then we continue to run. Up, we ate a Coldray and the gargoyle went down. Should I resurrect True the one single gargoyle? Like, does he deserve that? I feel like he does. He's been a good force for good. And I don't want him to feel like I don't appreciate all of his efforts. Because really I do. Ogre Lords, with the good luck, they ended up doing about 50 points of damage. That's fine. I'm going to send the dragon in here to help. Ooh, one creature perishes with that. Let's do another lightning bolt here. And folks, that's going to be this fight. 3,200 experience. It cost us about 4 of the Minotaurs. We're going to pick up another level. That's going to be +1 attack skill. And I do want to send Gem south. I think that she can beat these heroes. I don't want to find out. I just don't see the need for it. I really wanted to get this +1 sulfur. And then maybe tomorrow or the day after, we'll start to send dragons up. Maybe. We'll see. And then Steeson says, yep, all enemy players on the same team, ready to beat any of us to a pulp. That would have been, yeah, that would have been too much. If there was no differentiation between yellow and red, that would have been far too much to deal with. I don't think anybody could deal with that, really. So happy to hear that the designers, they believed in us, but they also didn't want to really hurt us. I'm grateful for that. I'm going to move over these sprites. They might be useful. Two stacks? 2 stacks. And then, oh, I guess I'd probably have just enough spell points. 42 spell points for Vesper. I should be able to defeat Vesper here. It says I won't, but when your lightning bolt does so much damage, I think it's fine. He's got 2 attack, 3 defense. He's actually a little bit tougher than I thought he would be. We're going to kill half the stack of War Trolls there. 12 of the Minotaur Kings are going to be very effective in just a moment. Sprites are going to be able to step up in front of the Orc Chiefs. I'll take the damage. It's 46 points of damage. It's not great. It's really not great. I will use the sprites actually to stop these centaurs because sure, why not? And then actually, so sprites go here. Oh, the Ogre Lord did not defeat those sprites. It's going to save the damage from these 35 Orc Chiefs. That's, once again, pretty good. The wolves can reach. I don't think I worry so much. Let's kill 25 of these Orc Chieftains. Let's actually attack wolves here. We kill a couple. Let's kill 3 to 5 wolves here. Okay, let's kill some War Trolls. We killed most of them, down to 5. 165 HP there. We're going to skip on these sprites, basically. 18 points of damage. Yeah, not a problem. The dragon can take that with no issues. And then lightning bolts yet again. Let's kill 6 of these Ogre Lords. We are cursed, doing half damage from the Minotaur Kings, 129 points of damage. We're going to kill 1 to 2 of these War Trolls. We kill, it looks like 1. Down to 82 HP on the red dragon. Let's continue the bombardment. We got 3 lightning bolts left. Let's use all of them. 19 of these 19 of these centaurs goes down. 72 HP, 1 to 2 of the war trolls. We get them all. Get them all. And then the AI recognizes that it's a little too hot to handle. There's just a little bit too much going on here. I don't think I can kill all of these orcs before it's time to run. Do we kill 6 here? We do not. There's 3 left, and then the enemy does flee. 2,600 experience, but we're going to run back. We've kept the majority of our forces, the bulk of our forces. It's almost a new day, a new week. And so we're going to stay put and just assume that enemies cannot reach us before we're able to get a resupply on our spells and be quite happy. HM Brock, Coldray. Coldray is... so we've got a lot of opportunities at this point with Gem. Like, I feel comfortable in these fights, but... I mean, if we want to do AoE damage, we do have the Meteor Shower. We can save 6 spell points. Yeah, we can save 6 spell points, but it'll also cost us about 100 points of damage. I think that that's... There's definitely times where the Cold Ring is the better choice. Absolutely, there's times where the Cold Ring is the better choice, and it can be used on, like, Minotaurs effectively for free. Elemental Storm, that's a possibility, just in case we get down to only dragons. And then the Lightning Bolt. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Tell you what, Elemental Storm mixed with the Resurrect True, we could Elemental Storm on round 1, and then on round 2 we could Resurrect True, and then we don't lose any Minotaurs. I can see that being effective. Okay, and then with 3 Sulfur left, folks, Red turns around, they recognize their folly. As soon as I get any amount of dragons, it's over. It's over. And actually, in a moment or two, I think I can actually get the forces from the sorceresses. They can actually shoot up in a moment or two. It's day 6, so I'm just going to wait for 1 and then 2 turns. And then when I bring the dragons up, I'll bring as many dragons as I can, and then the rest is going to be in Minotaur Kings and Gargoyles and Griffins. And Hydras? No Hydras. I don't think that I need Hydras to defeat these forces. I truly don't. So it's day 7, 1 more day of waiting. Steeson asks, have we tried the Heroes board game yet? No, Steeson, I gotta tell you though, that you posted that picture to the Discord and it was wonderful. In case you missed it, Steeson posted to the FixFox Discord a picture of him and 2 of his best friends. Wait, was one of them your dad? They were playing the Heroes Might and Magic 3 board game, and it looked like you were having so much fun. And that makes me so happy, because it seems like it'll play really, really well. You just got to find a group of people that'll play with you. If you can do that, you're having a real great time. So yeah, I'm very happy that you posted that picture, because it looks like you're enjoying yourself, and that makes me very, very happy. We're going to bring over all these troops and leave the rest. Let's see what else we have here. 32,000 gold here and here and here. Okay. Atlas is going to do just a little bit of a jaunt over here, bring all these forces in. All of this goes on over to Kalindra. Kalindra hero chains herself up to here. Swap. And then Mire is going to go surprise Castor. 2 more Sulfur. Hey, that's 2 more dragons whenever I can get that. And that leaves us with 14,000 gold, folks. I'm going to, it may be a bad decision, but I'm going to bring these forces up, and I'm going to try and fight a war on 2 fronts. If for no other reason than it applies pressure, I think that might be nice. But no, Steeson, I have not actually played the board game just yet. I think I'm really excited to give it a try at some point. As I've said many a time before, there's so many games and there's so little time. I hope that I get the chance. I truly do. Truly do. Let's see. I want to bring a couple of these forces just so I've got some additional support. You never know what's going to be useful for you or not. Do I wait? I think I actually go up here to try and get these forces as quickly as possible. Red players coming. They can't reach yet. But they sure want to. But Steeson, how did you find the Heroes Might Magic 3 board game? Was it fun? Was it a good one? And then, oh, that enemy goes back. I'm not gonna... I'm gonna let Kalindra go back to here. There's plenty of forces in this castle. That should be enough to deal with Castor in just a moment. Myra's got more important things to do than go backwards. It's gonna be Alamar here. I can't reach and do both. I'm going to defeat this army. with one more big spell, it should be fine. And then I will pick up the forces in just a moment. I think that the enemies should be very clearly understanding that this is not their day. Does the enemy run? They do not run. I will just work on these creatures here. I'm going to do a meteor shower right there in just one moment. No skip. Earlier I was discussing different board games. I was mentioning that my family enjoys board games, and then my brother made something nifty the other day. So Steeson, hopefully you've got a good system. Hopefully you can get a lot of good people to come play your games with you, because that's all any of us want. We just want to enjoy good quality games with good quality people, and I'm so happy to see that you're making good on that. Rebecca's got some movement. I'm just going to move her to up here to kind of support this hero chain, and then Gem can set off tomorrow with full spell points. No, she cannot. She's just barely out of the way. That's a little unfortunate. Huh. And then, oh, have you tried a weird strategy on this map? Set sail right out of the gate and hope for the best. Lure Yellow's main hero away from his island and steal his sweet red dragon castles. You can't. You don't have a shipyard here. You're too far away from the coast. There's only one castle on this entire map that can do boats, and that's here in this castle right here. So you have to get all the way up to here anyway in order to make that happen, and that makes it a little bit of a struggle. Oh, was it your dad? No, it was. One is 2 years older than me. The other is 3 years younger. Never mind. Sorry. I thought that I'd read that it was maybe a family member. So my apologies. No disrespect to your quality friends. I was not meaning to say that I thought that they were anything but the top-notch looking sort of people that I am sure the Steeson spends all of his time around. So no disrespect meant. Please don't take it as such. Gem is now impossible to deal with. And with 62 spell points, I'm gonna accept all these victories from here. There's nothing else to do but roll. So let me do this. Let me send Thalagar. Thalagar is going north. You are here to stop Castor. Purchase everybody. Whoa, that's a lot of forces. Let's see. All these forces go to here. 12 Hydras, that's all that was? Oh well. And then I do want Atlas to stand on these liths just to make sure that there's no problems. Could you imagine if at this point I lost any amount of dragons? That would just be the worst. Heroes are staying put. And so only 3 heroes have any business doing any sort of movement on this map. It's going to be my main hero, Gem. It's going to be Thalagar as he's moving up from the south. And then it's going to be Kalindra as she tries to track down this one final hero. Everybody else is staying put. Okay. So we're going to go take this red castle that has vexed me so. Interesting, I think, that there's not been a lot of extra mage guilds. I seem to recall in the previous playthrough, the one that I won on this scenario that's on camera, I think that it was like a level 4 mage guild was purchased here or here. I seem to remember that that's important because I think I town portaled from this area, or maybe I just did the poor man's fast travel. I don't recall the specifics, but it was interesting to say the least. There were some interesting odds and ends that kind of turned up, and happy for it, but we're not seeing as many of those interesting odds and ends. So I wonder if resources are the problems for the computer or if it's something else. I just don't know the answer. My 3 heroes are moving at the speed of light. Yellow and red are mixing their colors. What color does yellow and red make? I'm embarrassed to say that I don't actually know off the top of my head. If you mix red and yellow, you get what? Help. Folks, if I mix yellow and red, what color do I get? Green is yellow and blue, right? What color is red and yellow? It's 2 primary colors. This should not be hard, FixFox. Did you pass your early kindergarten classes? If you did not, it's time for you to go back to school and to make a name for yourself in the world of color matching. So sorry, folks. I don't want to let you down and make you feel like I can't even remember what colors do. And then Steeson says, the horse game, the board game is amazing, even better than the PC games. Really? Really? So one of the big things about the PC game is that it keeps track of everything for you, right? So if the PC game is keeping track and you don't have to deal with dice rolls and things like that, I could see how there's some advantage in the computer being able to just do all that for you. But you're saying, no, even like regardless of any of that, it's really nice to just see it play out. Like the computer is not necessary. The board game is still superior. That's very interesting. I would not have thought that, but I'm happy to hear more on your thoughts about that as soon as we can get those. Mire's just going to move to here. Stay away from this guy. Let's see. Everybody's back to sleep. Falagar is staying put in that castle because he doesn't know what else to do. So I think I got 2 yellow heroes remaining. Goblin Growth is up. Gem is going to take out these 2 heroes. 1 and 2. And then, folks, there's yellow player that's been vanquished. Yellow is vanquished. Karlan is the final defender. Falagar, maybe the MVP of this entire scenario, is going to move on up, do one more hail to my friend here. We're going to make sure that at least the unicorns are in this final fight. And he's going to say, wow, looks like you were able to go on your epic adventure and bring dragons back from the south. To which Gem says, yes, my friend, I was successful and I'm happy for it. Glorious victory. We're going to watch this final fight play out because, of course, we will. And then that will be the end of Price of Loyalty Scenario 2. A tough scenario that ended up being very, very difficult, but we were able to make this happen. And I mentioned earlier some of the different techniques that we used to make that happen. We used the ability to use multiple spells and then surrender or retreat. We used that twice, I think, at least twice, maybe 3 times. We played around with terrain where we tried to make the enemy go either south or north around the terrain, and then we were able to slip past them and get into this castle up here. We were able to hit a lot of castles on day 1 or day 7 and then take the troops at the last possible moment. We avoided fights where necessary, and we took the fights that were the most important. Really, the most important was on month 2, week 2, we took the castle that had the red dragons in the bottom right corner, and that went very, very well for us. Folks, major event, red player's been vanquished. I didn't think we would be able to do it. I was very concerned that we would not make it, but we have, in fact, beaten the enemy side. We have triumphed. Folks, it's about 2:20 here, my time, and so I'm gonna maybe start one more scenario. So if you want to see me continue to play just a little bit more, stick around. We're not going to go anywhere just yet, but we are going to take a look at this. There's not going to be any stats at the end of this because this is just going to be on to the next campaign. But from here, we're going to carry on with the Breastplate of Andrin. The Warlocks had the Breastplate of Andrin somewhere, and now if you're playing this scenario for yourself, you can do either Arrow's Flight or the Abyss, your choice, but good choices all around. So on to a new thing in just a moment. Let me get caught up with chat, and then I'm actually going to take a break, a 5-minute break, and then we'll come back and we will continue on with these playthroughs. But for now, that's going to be the end of Price of Loyalty. This Price of Loyalty 2, and again, this is done on FHeroes2 engine 1.1.8, so it can be done, but it takes a little bit of extra finagling. I hope that this is encouraging to the folks that are struggling with this. It can be done. Those are my general tips and tricks. And maybe the most important of all is to get the right spells in your early Mageguild. Nothing else matters. Okay. Alrighty.